Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for an oh-so-delicious list. And today I'm very excited to be talking about the games of 2022 that I played. Specifically the video games, the top 69 video games that I played. I'm going to rank all of them from A, B, C, D, down to F, and then incomplete. Now, before we get into this, I'm primarily known as covering board games. However, with my third child being born, it just was easier for me to play a lot more video games. And so I started to cover those in YouTube short formats. In fact, I do something called a 1 hour review where I will give you my thoughts on the game after 1 hour. Does the game value your time? Is the game worth downloading and continuing? Let's be honest, a lot of the times you'll know in the first hour. So I feel the best way to brush up my memory and to let you know a little bit more about the game is to actually watch these YouTube shorts and then discuss it, kind of like a clip show. So we've got 69 games here. Now, one more other thing that you might notice is there's some games that clearly are not from 2022. I took some games from yesteryear, and I'm just going to throw them in there to see how they still compare today. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with, let's go with Football Manager 2023. We're going to throw it in there. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to give you a barometer of what other people think about the game as well. So we're going to be checking out its current score on Metacritic, which obviously, wow, there is no user score for Football Manager 2023 console. So I guess it's really on me. What did I think about it? Well, I can tell you that it was not for me. But I do think if you like soccer, it will most definitely be for you. And you can see, I like to show you analytics and stuff as well. This one gave me 7 subscribers, 1.6 thousand views. Fantastic. That makes me happy. But let's blow this up, see what I had to say.
Football Manager 2023 1 hour stupid American review. Okay,
me.
there's absolutely no music in this game. It's weird.
It was
Career
weird.
mode, recommended if I'm new to it. Love that. Good knocker, solid. That's where you kick it, right? I will lead the mighty colon. So you play as the GM of a soccer team, and you're not only dictating how they play and what position they play, but also you can do coaching. Sub people in and do tactics and whatnot. And then you watch the game play out. You can also, like,
that was
go onto
incorrect.
your iPad and do a variety of different things. I really appreciate the fact they have advice here. The iPad also has a wide variety of other information to analyze. You can...
They actually only show you the highlights of the game, but as I say in a couple minutes, the highlights, what they consider highlights, are weird. I guess that'll happen, though, in a game that can go 0-0.
Even see the emotions of your players.
It was crazy.
Going through a game doesn't seem to take that long either, as you speed through it really fast. Oh, you only see the highlights. That's clever. Unfortunately, you can't fast forward through any of the highlights.
Yeah.
You just showed me a highlight of a missed kick. Why the hell would I want to see that? You also negotiate with players, learn a lot about your club, see what the press is saying, focus on recruiting players, dealing with contracts and selling people, and oh so much more. It's mind-blowing how much is here. But it's soccer.
Yeah, and that's my general thought on this. This one really made me wish that EA was doing stuff like this with Madden and NBA and NHL and MLB. It made me yearn for that because I thought that this was a great game despite the fact it was 100% not a game for me. And that's what I'm always trying to look at when I look at a game. Not just necessarily if I enjoyed the game, but if the game succeeded at what it was trying to do. And I feel like Football Manager 2023, if you really want to micromanage a football or soccer team, this is the way to go. It was very impressive to me and it made me yearn for that, but with American sports. Next, we're going to go with, we'll go with Disc Room. Now, this one, I was a fool. I was a foolish fool because it is not actually released in 2022, and I apologize. It was released in 2020, but it was released on Xbox in 2022. But it has an 83 on Metascore, and once again, same story as the last one. This was not a game for me. But 85, let's get into that, and I want to bury the lead here, I guess. 85 views. This one didn't do much of anything, but once again, you kind of expect that with a game that's 2 years old.
Disc Room 1 hour review.
So pretty much you're just running around rooms trying to avoid these razor blades or discs. And the rooms are slightly different, kind of, maybe? Or, you know, maybe, well, that one's
I meant
like
artwork-wise.
But other than that, I guess they kind of do
They're
the
very
same.
samey.
Oh, it's a
Jinx.
roguelike. Now I can dash. So there's different types of discs, and I guess that's the thing. Yep, they do different things now. Okay.
Now, I want to pay special attention to my tone, because I will tell you my tone is about to change. And I really like hearing my tone at the beginning of these videos versus the ending of the videos, especially when something really surprises me with how much I enjoy it or disappoints me.
Found my first disc boss battle, and you pick up these yellow pellets to kill it. Sweet, I killed it and earned another yellow thing. Yeah. Ooh, cool, now I can slow down time. Now the level has moss on it, totally different.
So this just avoid things and try and beat other people's high score isn't my particular cup of tea. That being said, I still enjoy the game. Different abilities, different discs, and even different ways to score time make each level kind of its own little puzzle to figure out. Not for me, but fun.
Yeah. And that, once again, and that's one thing you're going to see here. Most of the games are going in the good to great range. And just to clarify, A, I put that fantastic. B, great. C, good. D, meh. F, oh my God, stop it. Incomplete. We'll get to those when we get to those. So Disc Room, I'm going to put here in this. I still... because I feel like if you're a fan of that style game, and you got to see that. That's what I love about the YouTube Shorts. Like, you watch that, and you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. You run away from the disc. You kind of got a vibe for that game. By the way, both these on Xbox Game Pass. A lot of stuff on Xbox Game Pass I'm going to be talking about. Love Xbox Game Pass. But I'm going to put it below Football Manager 2023 because Football Manager actively made me yearn for EA not to suck more. Which, hey, we'll have another video to talk about that with, too. All right, next we're going to go with Lupin. All right, so I believe this one is called Lupin, Lappin. That does not look like it. Oh, okay, hopefully. Is it Lappin? Is it Lupin? I thought it was Lupin. Let's check. Metacritic will have me. Lupin. No, it's Lappin. Is it Lappin? This is why you don't make your letters so damn confused. What the hell is the name of this game? Is it Lappin? Is it Lupin? You know what? We're going to have to come back to that one. Abort that mission. We'll come back, take a breather. Let's go to Escape Academy, which, continuing a theme... Well, I don't want to bury the lead here. Stop burying the lead. So, Escape Academy, I do believe this one had very high Ape Escape Academy. That's not the right one. Escape Academy. I'm looking for the Xbox. Okay. Oh, it's only sitting at 78. That's very surprising to me. Very surprising to me. So, yeah, it's still highly rated. Why is he looking at Akon? It actually is because I got a comment from someone who quoted Akon, which is very odd to me, but I like Akon an awful lot. So you better bet your sweet butt when I quoted back Akon, I wanted to make sure I quoted it back correctly. So, one subscriber from Escape Academy, fantastic, 145 views. But that's also the thing that, you know, I feel like this video is going to be here forever, but let's get into it, because I really want to talk about this game.
Escape Academy, 1 hour review. Tip, keep some paper and pencil handy. That scares me.
I'm no good at puzzle games.
Nope.
So you play as someone going to an escape room. Okay. So my first level is like a rundown escape room. Okay. Clock is broken. Pretend it's 12:30. Okay, I like your sense of humor, game.
Sensor was,
Oh,
yeah.
there's a hint button. I'm so happy. Oh, wait, it's not a touchscreen.
I am absolutely in love with this hint system, too. It is so helpful. So I completed the first escape room, and now the lady's gone. And the mystery is starting to unfold. And we're agreed with the real story that this is like Hogwarts, but for escaping. 2 rooms in, and I am really impressed. This does a great job simulating an escape room.
It did.
Hooray, I'm enrolled, so now I can go to these different locations and do different escape rooms. I also appreciate the fact they're trying to throw in a little story here, and the humor hits for me. Overall, if you like escape rooms or are interested in trying one, I can't recommend this one enough. However, that's not me. I don't like puzzle games, so I'm out. Uninstall.
Yeah, that's one thing that you will notice very quickly, is I'm not the best at games like this, but I 100% appreciate what this game did, and I enjoyed it. I recommend my son plays it now, and I think if you're looking for an escape room in a video game, this is a great way to go, even if you're worried about not being great at it, because like I said, the hint system in this was top-notch. I think of all the games that I am going to talk about, all 69 of these games, Escape Academy undoubtedly had the best hint system, you know. And if I do, I think I'm going to do another side award thing, but I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down some other awards I'm going to do. But Escape Academy with the best hint system, I think that propels it to top of B, ahead of Football Manager 2023. I can't do that. I still got to put Football Manager 2023 because in my brain, I see that game and then I pump in the Denver Broncos or I pump in the Los Angeles Lakers and I say, oh my gosh, that game is going to suck 100 hours out of me, potentially, you know, back before I had 3 kids. So I'm still going to bump Escape Academy down here, but still, we're talking about 3 great games like that. I love seeing it. Let's break that trend. Let's break that trend. Gilded Hearts. Now this one has a little bit of an interesting story. This one will not be on Metacritic yet because this one was trying to get funding on Kickstarter because I cover a lot of Kickstarter content. So Gilded Hearts, so 246 views, that makes sense. It's slightly higher, and I imagine when this eventually gets released, it'll be even higher. And this is an 18 plus. bi and lesbian visual novel. And I do love visual novels, as you're going to find out. So let's get into it.
1 hour review of Gilded Heart. Currently on Kickstarter. Let's see if we can find hot.
Now, I have improved my camera work when filming on my PC.
Honcho Mike some love. You start off chatting in Discord. Am I up for anything the rest of the night? Hell no. I'm going to be responsible and go to bed. Do I care about your brother? Hell no. Do I want to know more about my roommate? Hell no. Despite the fact I said no, the game said, yeah, you're going to talk to your roommate. I don't care. What? Now the game's saying I'm going out to buy snacks. No, I want to go to bed. The game just forced me to buy my roommate ice cream. What the hell? All right, I'm going to insult his ice cream choice then, game. No, game, this is not me flirting. You're an idiot for liking Neapolitan. Pick a flavor. $5 says the game's going to make me flirt with the guy from 7-Eleven.
They totally
Shoplifter,
did.
more like
100%.
not my problem. No, actually the game said you are going to tell Archie about the shoplifter. Oh, that's because you needed to progress the plot. Oh no, I'm assigned to be with this jerk. Of course that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
Thoroughly unimpressed. Why do I get choices if you're just going to tell me what to do?
Yeah, and I hate to do this one, but I got to be honest with myself. Now, that being said, that was just a demo. That was a demo. But for me personally, after what I saw, I'm going with an F here. Because the whole point of that is to be choose your own adventure. And literally, there was probably like 4 or 5 instances in that demo where I tried to make a decision and the game said, no, you're on this trail. You need to make that decision. And it's like, no, that's not why I play this style of game. Now, that being said, I'm gonna put this in a very specific box. If you are, if you're gay, and you are, I'd say, in that, I would say the gamer culture, Gaymer. If you put yourself in that culture, I think this is definitely one you might enjoy because it feels to me a little bit like a romance novel for older women. One of those style things where it's like, yeah, it's not expertly made, but most people are going to be going for the smutty options, and that's what it's pushing me towards. And so I can... You're Marvado, thank you, Senior Warrior. I'm going to put this one on an F. Just anytime you're presenting me a bunch of choices and they're not actually choices, I'm just so disappointed. Because I love that. And let's do another one. Let's keep on the Kickstarter trail, because Bits and Bops is actually currently on Kickstarter right now, and I did 2 videos on this. I actually did a live stream on this. It was 537 views and 1 subscriber. Great. That shows me I need to continue covering and doing these 1-hour reviews of these Kickstarter games, because there's definitely going to be people who are going to find my channel through that. 1 subscriber might not sound like much, but hey, this video is going to be up on the internet for a long time. This thing goes to Switch, well, let's just get into the game. Let's get into it, because this one's a weird one.
Bits and Bops Alpha 1-hour review. Currently on Kickstarter, it's going to have over 20 minigames. The Alpha has 3 minigames. No mouse, only keyboard. You play as a cat trying to take pictures of this sea lion hitting a ball. And you'll know when the sea lion's going to jump based on the rhythm of the song. So the song is playing in the background right now. And at the end of the level, zany stuff really starts happening. There's also hammer time, which has you listening to a beat and then hammering down nails to it. I really dig the music in this game, and I like the graphics. One thing I really like is...
Okay, maybe I lied about the camera work being better on the PC.
No matter how bad you're doing, you're still going to play through the entire song. It doesn't, cancel out if you do terrible. This means you get to see the zany fun stuff at the end. The final game has you playing as a bird talking to a radio. I am absolutely terrible at this game. Actually, being honest, I'm terrible at pretty much all of them. After a half hour, I can say I had a good deal of fun of this, and I would love to play through all the different mini-games. However, I stink at this game. I'm not the target market. But if you are, definitely check this one out. Kickstarter link down below.
And I believe they have hit their goal to get on the Nintendo Switch, because I really think that is where that one will just... Because and I put it right here, WarioWare. It really gave me WarioWare vibes. And despite since it's a Kickstarter, and these 3 are completely out, I'm going to put it at the bottom of my grade. But honestly, I'm not a rhythm game person. I enjoy them. I have fun with them. It depends on the music a lot with me. But this one, I would 100% want to play through all 21 of the minigames. At a bare minimum, and then you could probably talk me into it again later, playing some of the favorites. And the music, top notch. It had WarioWare leaking all over, and I do really enjoy WarioWare. So Bits and Bops in the grade. 4 grades, and then an F. Starting off strong. Let's go to Moonscars. Let's break it up. Break it up. Put one in the middle here, because this one I know is a darling for a lot of people. So Moon Scars, we got the PlayStation 5, we got the, oh no, maybe it's not. So we got the Xbox version, but look at the PlayStation 5. It's not that different. 71. So, not as high. So maybe a lot more people, maybe I just thought I was a rebel, but actually I was not a rebel. Because, as you're about to find out, I unsurprisingly, suck at this. And this was actually one of the first Kickstarter critiques, or one of the first 1 hour reviews I did. And since then, it's got 4,000 views and 5 subscribers. And that tells me, like, ooh, this is definitely something that I need to continue doing. Because, I mean, I love playing video games. And I've been playing video games since I was just a wee lass on the Atari 2600. So I got a wealth of knowledge on it. All right, let's go.
1 hour review of Moon Scars.
So we open with like God talking to his cat or something. It's all pretty rambling.
It
So you play
bad.
as this lady and she's gonna stay alive, so she's gonna kill people. That's pretty much the gist. I gotta say the tutorial's pretty well done though. I'm definitely figuring out how this works. So beating up stuff fills up this bar, and then this is your health.
This is where I was
Heal yourself,
excited.
and you can also put a whole bunch of different abilities into here, which seems really cool.
And it looks like there's a good deal of abilities that you can potentially unlock here.
When you die, you respawn at a portal, but you've lost all your bone ash or whatever the hell this stuff is. You can go back to where you died though and pick it back up. There's also different weapons that you're going to be able to level up, and you can do like this thing called Spite, which are like persistent special abilities you can level up. So there's a lot to do.
Okay, I take back everything nice I've said. I've died about 8 times in a row now. This game got stupid, ridiculously hard, and now I know what kind of game this is. Pretty much 3 hits and you're dead. I've never been a huge fan of this style of game, but if you are and you're looking for a 2D side-scroller, this one looks like it could be a good deal of fun, minus that garbage story. I'm uninstalling, but I see some people really loving this one.
And that I called that because I definitely got some people in the comment section who are like, you just suck. Like, this is a great game. And I don't think so. Personally, I put it in the good category. I can see... Yeah, it's 71 is on the average on Metacritic, and I'm like, it's not 100% not for me, but it's like, yeah, but it was no fun. Yeah, I'm going to go D. Not to mention, I thought it was going to be fun. Like, they kind of sprang, it's like, hey, tutorial, then they sprang the heart. You know, I'm going to go D. I'm going to go D. My list. All right, anywho, continuing on. I still don't know the name of that game. We'll get to it later. Let's go to Rave Gore. Yeah, this one is a new hot release. Oh my gosh, this one. I got some feels on this one. So we got that's wrong one. Let's check out the Metacritic, because I know this one got panned, if I recall correctly. Just a lot of 57. Oh, it's on it's on VR. Now I would put 41. I don't care. Like, if it's VR, I am such a sheep. Like, I see this 41 that this probably is hot garbage that's going to make me vomit, but it's like, VR? Like, and this will make even more sense when you actually see the review that I put up. So 57. Yeah, and people are just like, nah, this ain't it. They're at the is that the F? I think that's an F, right? I don't know. Let's get into it. So what the hell is it? Gore? Yeah, Gore. Gore will pop it up. Rave Gore. So this one did 218 views, and it's still steadily ticking up, so that's great. And once again, none of these are in money yet, but they are going to turn on the money-making spout for YouTube Shorts starting towards the beginning of this next year, so I'm very excited about that. But let's get into Rave Gore.
Rave Gore?
Rave Gore, sir.
I have no idea what the hell is going on in this game. I think I'm trying to stop people from spreading their seed or something.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's telling me about the 4 bosses I'm going to fight throughout the game. You play as the most generic-looking wannabe badass that I've ever seen in a game. Okay, this is the darkness that they want me to play on? Are you kidding me? Oh, and of course I can't adjust it into the settings. Fantastic. Alright, so now we restart the game. So I followed their instructions and it was way too dark, so I'm bumping it up. Gotta be able to see these Xbox 360 looking graphics. Apparently I can't go into this door because my gun's too wide.
I don't smile in pictures unless I'm thinking of you.
So it really reminds me of a poor man's Devil May Cry. Lot of shooting, a little bit of whacking, some super gory fatalities thrown in.
Movement just doesn't feel fluid to me though, which is a big deal breaker.
The story and dialogue is laughably bad as well. It's already getting super repetitive. And now we can upgrade stuff. Uninstall.
Yeah, and this is not a genre that I dislike. Dead to Rights, which probably is not very highly rated, I don't imagine. 73. So that's hit or miss, but Dead to Rights is one of my favorite games of all time. Oddly enough, I thought it was fantastic. So I do like this genre, but this one was just not fun. it was boring. I actively did not enjoy any moment of it, and I would much rather go through the steamy stuff in Guilty Hearts than Gun Rave Gore. So I'm going to give this one an F. Like, if I think this game would have been an F, 5 years ago, because, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to put it down there. I don't think it's a D. I think this is like it was functional. No, stick to your guns. Shut your mouth. Gun Rave Gore sucks. It's an F. All right, what are we doing next? We're going to go Marvel Snap. Let's mix it up, because we go mobile. We go mobile all the time. And I think Marvel Snap even got itself a 10-hour review, too. We might sit through 2 of these. Woohoo! All right, we got Marvel Snap, and we got Marvel Snap 10. So the first one got me 1 subscriber, 172 views, and honestly, let's just get into the video first. No need to talk. Let me talk in the past.
1 hour review of Marvel Snap. Rock solid tutorial to get you started. Like, for real, it holds your hand so well. This is one of the best tutorials I've played in a while. Card battler where you're trying to gain control over 2 of the 3 locations in the center, and each turn you're going to play 1 or 2 cards. You play over the course of 6 rounds, and most cards have their own unique special abilities. Games only last a few minutes, and once you win, you get to collect rewards which will allow you to upgrade cards and level up. Upgrading cards also helps you unlock new cards and boosters and credit. You only have 12 cards you can put in each deck, and it's really satisfying to create decks. And you can have a lot of different decks, which I really appreciate. So after an hour, I'm still really enjoying it. However, I've yet to play with a real human. I keep playing people like Brown. And the AI opponents aren't supposed to be great because they want you to like the game so you'll play it more. So you can give them money. But not on the Battle Pass, though. I'm pretty sure this is free. Are you kidding me, Amelia? It's free? Overall, a great first impression. Gameplay is snappy and fun. I can't wait to play this more.
Shot that one while my daughter was sleeping on my lap. Actually, it was on my chest. So, Marvel Snap, and I did a 10-hour review as well. So this one only got 78 views. But hey, whatevs. That'll happen when you do a lot of YouTube content. Did I tag it properly? Yeah, I did. Whatevs.
Marvel Snap 10-hour review. So getting cards and creating decks is incredibly satisfying, and they have a good deal.
I do want to mention one thing that I said in that first review, which is actually incorrect. It's not actually the first Battle Pass is free. They have something that looks exactly like the Battle Pass that you play through, where you're just like, oh, getting cards all the time. And then they have the actual Battle Pass, which for me was the Wakanda one. And so yeah, I just want to clarify that, and I'm going to give you more details.
Deal of cards with interesting abilities. Right now, I currently have 14 unique decks. That's how much I'm enjoying the deck building. And yes, I know it's actually deck construction. And with only having a deck size of 12 cards, it's very feasible to build a whole deck around just 1 card. Assuming you have the Battle Pass. Now, I paid $10 for the Battle Pass, the Season Pass. I don't know if I'm going to do that every month, because I feel like that's totally ridiculous to be paying $10 a month for a card battler. That's MMORPG money.
Yeah, that really grinds my gears a little bit. You look at Apex Legends, you look at Fortnite, I think PUBG does it. A lot of other Battle Passes will make it so that if you put enough into the game, enough time and effort into the game, that you're going to get enough so you can get the next Battle Pass. Kind of rewarding the diehard people who are going to put in the 50 hours or whatever it takes to grind to the top of that for the season. And this one does not in any way, shape, or form. And I wonder if they'll do it in the future. But for now, that does grind my gears a little bit, because that's $120 a year to play this if you want the Battle Pass.
But if I can buy future Battle Passes with gold, which I don't think you can actually do, then I might be interested. Gameplay-wise is not an issue. I love the different cards. I love the different varieties of locations and what they do, and how every game just feels different and unique. I love the snap system. All that feels fantastic. I will say the big saving grace is the fact that you get 6 daily missions. Great little game, but I don't know if it's got the legs to be the game I play for years and years on my phone.
And since I shot that 10-hour review, I've probably close to like 40 or 50 hours on that one. It is my go-to toilet game. It's my go-to feed my daughter kind of game, which is just half in it sort of thing. I really love the game. And this season, I didn't buy the Battle Pass, and I still feel like I'm having a good time. I don't feel like I'm progressing nearly as fast as I was on the Battle Pass, but it's still... I don't feel like it's bad, because once again, there's lots of quests. They have daily quests, they have weekly quests, they have numerous weekly quests. And so unless you're just grinding the snot out of this, this is A tier. Marvel Snap is an A tier. The variety of cards in the game, combined with how thematic a lot of the cards are, the animations, the sound design, the different locations, every game feels different. Every new card I get, I'm like, ooh, can I turn this into something that's going to be the cornerstone of a deck? And I love it, and it's completely replaced Splinterlands for me, and it's completely replaced Clash Royale to me. And I probably put a couple $100 into Clash Royale over, a decade or whatever. So Marvel Snap, A tier, Game of the Year candidate. Let's go. Oh yeah, I should probably check what that is on Metacritic, because they cover phone games? Yeah, 85. So yeah, rest of the people are agreeing. Very, very good. It's a great one to try out. Highly recommend. If you like card battlers, or if you like Marvel, either one. So let's go pick up a weird one. Let's go do this one. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2022. Now this one also has a couple other videos that I did as well. Because one thing that I've been realizing is that when I do just videos about... So I do the 1 hour review. But then if something weird happens in the game, I also will do other videos on that. So this one right here is called Crazy Helicopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where it's just like something weird was happening while I was doing the 1 hour review. And I shot that, 3 subscribers, 1.4 thousand views, and I say to myself, okay, that's definitely something that I want to be doing. And that's why I'm kind of excited. That's why I like showing you the behind-the-scenes analytics and stuff, too, because it's fun to learn that sort of stuff. At least I think so. So this one gave me 2 subscribers. Fantastic. 610 views. And one thing I notice here, slight upward trend. The other ones, a lot of the time, will flatline. This one has a slight upward trend. That excites me. I wonder if it's because Flight Simulator is so popular. What else? Get into
Microsoft Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary 1 hour review. All right, I'll start my journey here and do a
Look, it says to start your journey here.
Oh my gosh, there's so many places to fly to. It's ridiculous.
All right, we're heading to Egypt.
Oh my god, this game is gorgeous. Holy shit.
Considering everything, I was impressed.
You fly around. There's no real tutorial, though. I'm not learning anything, which is disappointing. Bro, I think there might be something wrong with your helicopter. For real, I don't even know how to fly the helicopter. I've tried hitting every button.
It was frustrating.
Maybe you shouldn't tell me to start at Discovery Flights. You should tell me to start at flight training.
Yep.
Oh my god, there's so much to learn.
It was insane.
When I was changing the clock time so it had better yoke visibility, I realized that I actually have no desire to learn how to fly a plane. And that's what this game is, because duh, it's a flight simulator. Bro, where's the cigarette adapter? I just want to plug in my GameCube. Tutorial seems great, though, if you do want to learn how to fly.
Forget about that joke. But once again, it seems like this B category is going to have a lot of this. The great, but not for me. And if I were trying to learn how to fly a plane, this 100% would be something that I would want to do, because it looked like it went into the app. And because I dug in there, I went to some of the other ones. It went deep on how to fly a plane. And for that, do I go A tier? Because it's going to do I don't know. That's a weird one. I'm going to go top of B tier. A tier is special rarefied air. I cannot have Microsoft Flight Simulator up there. You know what? Football Manager ahead too. But yeah, Flight Simulator. If you want to learn how to fly a plane, no joke, that's the way to go. If you don't, then save yourself the 80 gigabytes or whatever it was. But let's see how that one is doing once again on Metacritic, because I always feel like that is interesting. I have to imagine it's very high. Yeah, 90. So, yeah, they're at the A tier. Because once again, if you want to do it, no duh. Bad performance of EXO. I had to deinstall the game because it crashes every time. I could see that. I could see that potentially happening, but that's an edge case. But overall, yeah, if you want to learn how to fly a plane, that's the way to go. All right, so now we have an entrant from the past. So what I wanted to do, I want to make it a little bit like the Royal Rumble, where some games from the past pop up. We'll see how they do, how they compare. Will Dora Puppy be better than Rave Gore? I know that's the question you probably were asking yourself when you clicked on this video. 127 views. I like it. Okay. Let's go. No new subscribers, but I still am planning on covering a little bit more retro content, because I love retro gaming.
1 hour review of Dora Puppy. So first and foremost, you got to be in a really quiet area. Have that stupid dongle to let you use headphones, because this is a very quiet game with a lot of talking. I feel like turning on subtitles would have been a great thing to do. So the basic gist is that you got to take care of your puppy by giving him baths and playing with the ball with him. It also has voice controls. Good boy! All these activities are little mini games that are going to earn you what are called puppy coins, and eventually you'll get 20 and be able to go to the puppy store. Once you're in the puppy store, you can get cosmetics for your puppy. You can also get little bite-sized mini games that you can play as well. You can even buy a picture book and take silly pictures of your puppy. You can even buy stickers and put them on your silly pictures of your puppy. Bro, not gonna lie, that's a sweet dog hoodie. Overall, I think your kids are going to have a fun time with this one, especially if they're going to learn how to take care of a puppy. There's also some minor educational games like, oh, pick the square. Overall, really impressed with this children's title. Pretty fantastic if you want to teach a 3 to 5-year-old how to take care of a puppy.
Okay, so first thing I want to say is I'm not comparing this to Nintendogs, which I think is the obvious comparison. I think this probably was trying to rip off Nintendogs. Let's actually check that. Let's see what Dora Puppy came out versus Nintendogs. 2009. Was 6. This game is just meh. Obviously made for young kids, so it's not my age demographic. But I saw there almost no variation because you have to play the same game again and again. Well, here's what I will say to you. If you have kids, hello, Ghost King 69. If you have kids, you know that kids will like to do things over and over and over again. And the bottom line is, I actually still have this game. I'm keeping this game because I have a young daughter, and when I want her to learn about how to take care of an animal, I think this will be a great way to do it, especially if she does watch Dora. Now, I do think that it's going to be repetitive. I don't think it's for anyone aside from that very specific demographic, but I think it's great at what it does. It was easy enough that I really do think a very young child could play it, and it teaches you what you need to know. What games you checking out? A whole bunch. 69 total. A lot of them on Game Pass, but throwing in some old ones like Dora Puppy, which is going to the B tier. And once again, I'm putting it above Bits and Bops. I would personally prefer Bits and Bops based on what I saw, but I saw a very small sample size of Bits and Bops. All right. Next, let's get a heavy hitter in here. Let's get one of my heavy hitter. Let's get Naraka Blade Point here. Now, this is one of the most interesting games that I've played in a very long time, and you might not have even heard about this. In fact, I did a 5 things you need to know before you start Naraka Blade Point, a new segment that I'm going to see if it's something that I continue to do. So it's a 71 on PC. It came to Xbox this year, 3.8. Oh my goodness. 77, 10, 10, 9, 1, 1. No in between here. Like a favorite game right now, I can't give you that one right now. That'd be the game of the year. I can't spoil it. Yeah, I can't do that. But right now, Apex Legends is consistently my best game, though. I absolutely adore Apex Legends, which is another battle royale. And so I was wondering, will Naraka replace it for me? So let's see what happens. And I'm also curious to see how that 5 videos, the top 5 tips for Naraka. So this one has done 119 views, so not the best, but hey, whatevs. Naraka's not that popular of a game, which I think is unfortunate.
Naraka Blade Point, 1 hour review. So the tutorial seems serviceable. It's giving me Apex Legends Fortnite vibes.
Yep. But with swordplay. And it looks like each character is going to have their own unique special abilities. Cool.
So there's 11 characters right now, 5 of them locked for me though.
And apparently I can't handle talents until I hit level 4, so that's odd. No real story, so let's jump into a quick match. Ooh, solo duos or trios.
I'm not sure if it's Chinese, but I hear Chinese in voice chat. Not used to that.
Yeah, a lot of Chinese in voice chat. Apparently this is much more popular in Asia than it is in the United States of America, which is also part of the reason why I was like, man, I should make some more content on this, because then I can open it up to an Asian market a little bit more. And, you know...
So I chose where I'm spawning, but now there's another screen, and the tutorial didn't prepare me for this.
There's your champion squad. What? So right now I'm going around picking up loot. Ooh, I found a chest to buy stuff.
You can upgrade your bags, you can upgrade your armors. Feels very battle royale-ish. The parkour elements of the game are pretty cool.
The combat feels wonky, and we got the dub somehow.
It just ended out of nowhere.
This time we got second, and I got 9 kills.
Not in love, but the combat is growing on me. There's a lot of interesting ideas. Try this one out.
So I've probably played about 20 hours of this one now. I have really sunk my teeth into this one, mostly because I wanted to get to the ranked mode of the game. So the top 5 things I wish I knew before, not really doing much here, but still an idea that I'll try with some much bigger games than Naraka Blade Point. But Naraka Blade Point throws everything against the wall. You're going around and you have tiered loot, which is normal. But you also have these things called gemstones, which you have a special bag you could put them in, and they will make you more powerful. Maybe they'll make your defense better. Maybe they'll make you better with long swords. There's ones that are specific to certain weapons. And some of these, you know, they're tiered as well. So if you get like a gold one, it's amazing. Like I had one a couple days ago where every time I killed someone, I got like progressively stronger, to the point where I was a freaking juggernaut by the end of it. And that was a really cool feeling. Also, the special abilities are just nuts. The things you can buy in the game are nuts. You know, like an Airstrike or Call of Duty, where it's like all the planes are coming down and descending and bombing things. Except in this game, it's like a freaking dragon, like blah, blowing up huge flames, and it's massive. And all the while, the dragon will be blowing, and then somebody will pop their ult where they turn into like this 18-foot-tall, giant, four-armed monster that you saw in the video. And it's just, there's so much stuff going on, and there's no good tutorial. And when... And I will say this, I have never in my life, in my 30 years of gaming, probably about 32, have seen a more cluttered main screen than Naraka Blade Point. Because to understand everything going on in the game, you really need to check every single one of those red notifications for like, you have a new notification here for this gun, and for this outfit, and for this event, and for this, that, and for this, and you have to open everything, and it's just so frustrating. And if they would have streamlined it, I think this is a game that people would have absolutely adored, because putting it at the top of the B column, I want it to be in the A column. I want to call it one of the best games of the year, but I can't. I can't do it, despite the fact that combat is amazing, and it's some of the best Battle Royale combat I've ever played, and that is my jam. That is my jam. Give it a try. You gotta give it a pretty long try, but here's the biggest issue that I have with it. There's not enough people playing it, and so a lot of the time you'll get bots, and bots are absolutely brain-dead stupid. They're the worst. And you even heard, and they're the first game I won, and it just popped out of nowhere. That's because the bots can't escape the storm. I have literally seen like 7 or 8 bots stuck on a mountain trying to climb the mountain, because you can climb this game. You can climb to the top of trees. Everything you see in this game you can climb to. It has an amazing, amazing sense of vertical scale. It's incredible. There's grappling. I could talk about this game all day. It's fantastic. But the unstreamlined nature of it, just the confusion, the lack of a great tutorial, just the controls feeling a little off here and there, and then it either is just bots that are just brain dead, or it's these people who absolutely destroy you, because there's all this combo fighting, and you can upgrade your heroes. You know, it's so much in the game. It's fantastic, and I hope this gets the audience it deserves. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick with the game, but I still love it. Naraka Blade Point. Closest I'm going to get to an A tier, I think. Whew. I got emotional. Let's get unemotional. Overwatch 2. All the emotions I had for Naraka, I had for Overwatch 2. I've probably put over 1,000 hours into Overwatch 1. I am a massive Overwatch 1 fan. I love it. I love it so much. I made a video called Overwatch 2 Ruined May. So you could probably guess where this is going. Now, the 1 hour review is a very interesting one. Got me 5,000 views, 7 subscribers. You look on that main image and you say, what the hell is going on with that main image? And I don't get to choose the main image most of the time when I do YouTube shorts, so this was nice.
Overwatch 2, 1 hour review. So I've been looking at this screen for probably about 8 hours out of the last 24 hours. I've actually been cleaning the house while it's going. Check out how nice it looks. Organized the garage a little bit, even got up in the attic and got out some of the old baby stuff.
I got so
Cleaned
much
up the boys'
done that
bathroom
day.
counter. Oh, dang it, Overwatch. It looks like 6,000 more people cut me in line. What the hell? Cleaned up baby Amelia's room. I made one of those phone calls that you hate to make because you know you're going to sit on hold for like an hour. It was an hour and 12 minutes, by the way. Thanks, Overwatch 2. Oh, hey, it's that red screen again. I guess I'll just hop back in line. No biggie. I read through and responded to all my emails.
All
That
of them.
hasn't happened in months. Yeah. Oh, boy, only 200 people ahead of me. Oh, hey, it's that red screen again. I think this is about the 80th time, maybe? Guess I'll just grab all the stuff out of the garden for the winter. Inflate all the bike tires just in case we go on a family ride soon.
We did. It was fun.
Feed the baby. Do all the dishes. Vacuum the whole house. Do some dusting. Got out all the Halloween decorations. And as a treat to myself, I think I'll play some Apex.
And the funny part was, I honestly was really expected that my wife was going to get mad at me with how much I was going to play Overwatch 2, and luckily they took that out of my hands. Now, I also did an Overwatch 2 10-hour review, which will actually talk about my thoughts on the game. And that one's gave me 15 subscribers and 12.4 thousand views. Fantastic.
Overwatch 2. 10
Welcome aboard.
Overall, the gameplay is still great, but I feel like it's a step down from Overwatch 1. The 3 new characters all feel great and are fun to play. I play a lot of online shooters, including Overwatch 1, and this has a lot of really bad lag issues. Very hit or miss on the reworked characters. Bridget feels like a legit mini-tank, and she's fun. McCree feels generic and sucks now. Orisa feels completely different, and I think it's for the better. Doomfist now tries to suck up damage, and he's still fun, but not as fun. Sombra is massively buffed, and she feels fantastic.
They nerfed her.
Torb's out of commission right now, and as is Bastion. Like, they took his picture away, so I can't talk about them.
However, the biggest issue I have,
By removing May's freeze, she's just not as fun anymore, and she's way more generic.
262 hours on May. She is undoubtedly... Hammond, actually, is my number one of all time. I played a lot of Overwatch, by the way. She's one of my favorite characters that I've ever played in a game. Just her ability to create walls and to freeze people just created so many unique possibilities, and she was so much fun to play. So much fun.
Generic. Which breaks my heart. She's my favorite. Well, aside from Ball, who is my favorite. However, by the move to one tank, he's not nearly as much fun to play. Push maps are mid. Really not a fan of the passive abilities. When everyone's special, no one's special. The battle pass blows. And at the end of the day,
terrible.
I hate the move to 5v5. Honestly, I think the best thing they did was discontinuing Overwatch 1, because if they didn't, I think it'd eventually be more popular than 2.
Yeah, I would be still playing Overwatch 1 right now. I haven't touched Overwatch 2 since I finished that video. Like, I just have no desire to go back to it. Like, even knowing that it's not going to be laggy. And here's the thing. It's still a great game. I'll be respectful here. I'll have respect. I'll even put it ahead of Dora Puppy. And Discord. Yeah, okay. Let's be reasonable here. You can stop right there. But it killed the game for me. It's not as fun. And in particular, I was a very aggressive tank. And that works because there's another tank to stay with the team. And then you can kind of separate people off so that your group is going up against less people. And that's so fun. And that's exactly how I played tank. That's how I played every tank that I like to play. You know, and with the introduction of only one tank, it takes away that playstyle completely. You know, I used to love being a mini tank as May. It's my favorite thing. You get yourself a Roadhog pinned off in a room, freeze them like 7 or 8 times. Your team's just squashing them now because they jump the tank. The tank's dead. Bada boom, you win the fight. You probably farm an ult off the Roadhog. It's completely gone. Only time you can freeze now is with your ult. And the day I uninstall Overwatch is going to be a sad day for me. Let's see what the Metacritic was on this one. I'm very curious to see what everybody else thought. 79. Now, I imagine a lot of that is listed on the Battle Pass, because that Battle Pass is 1.5! Oh my gosh! Woo! That's about as low as Dora Puppy there. That's why I like... And I just love that. The fact that we can compare. Let's see what the people thought about Dora Puppy. Yeah. So it's 6. Water liked it way better. Okay. Anywho. Continuing on. Let's keep going. Let's go to the bottom. Let's get the very bottom one. Vampire Survivors. We're talking about a heavy hitter here. Let's put it in. Let's put it in the C tier. Nothing in the C tier so far. Maybe I'm being too nice. Vampire Survivors. We got a 1-hour review. We got a 10-hour review. Let's go. And I know, you probably know, but we'll search the Metacritic. If you're not in the know, if you're watching this in the future, Vampire Survivors is the darling of everything right now. So the iOS game is in a 92. But people are just in love. Why is there only one? Oh, that's the expansion. Yes, that's the expansion. But this is a lot of people's game of the year. And it might be mine. Let's get into it. Vampire Surgeon. I didn't know that. So yeah, for whatever reason, it only has the iOS one. But yeah, it's delightful. But let's just get in the video. It's a darling. Now, you know that. Got too much crap open here. Let's get out of here. Get out of here. Get that Vampire Survivors going. Here we go. So the 1-hour review. 114 views. All right, let's get into it. A lot of people covering this, though.
Vampire Survivors 1-hour review.
so I'm playing as this dude just walking around whacking bats. I beat off enough bats that I leveled up. Oh damn, now there's like zombie yetis. So far, all I'm doing is moving around. That whipping you see is not actually me. It just automatically does that. It's very
press
interesting.
buttons.
So there's so many things chasing you. It's getting to the point more like I'm not trying to kill them. I'm just trying to run away from them. And it seems like the level is just endless. It's all about just running and whacking stuff to get points. Okay, I'm liking how this upgrade system works. This is fun. I feel like this does a really great job of making you feel like a hero. The music is really banging and suspenseful too. And now I'm dead. And I earned gold from treasure chests, so now I can unlock new heroes.
And I'm back at it.
It feels a little bit like in The Walking Dead when you're hurting zombies.
Bro, I'm focusing on nothing but knives, and it's disgusting.
So
Health
fun.
is hard to come by, so cherish it.
Oh my god, I found a power-up that freezes time. This game's amazing.
And you can buy new power-ups in between games. I'm barely even scratching the surface. This is one of my favorite games of the year.
I don't need to do the 10-hour review on this one, to be honest with you. I could just fill you in. I still have that feeling. I probably put about 20 hours into this. My kid loves this. Both my kids love this. It's so much fun, and it's just, I will say, it's not my game of the year, though. And honestly, I'm going to put it in the A tier, but I'm going to put it behind Marvel Snap. It's just, it gets to a certain point for me when we get to like the 20 to 30 minute range, especially once you start only... Because once you've leveled up everything you can level up, you just start getting chickens or money, and then it's just kind of like, all right, come on, let's get through this. Because chances are, if you're actually walking to one of the checkpoints on the map, because it's not much of the map, there might be some question marks to go to, but once you've cut out the question marks, you're just like, all right, come on, I got 5 more minutes. But it's an every once in a while game for me. If I see I have about 35, 40 minutes to play, I'll bust in that. And I'll have a lot of time. This is one that's going to be, and I'm going to excited to explore the downloadable content when it comes out as well. Vampire Survivors, I'm not going to rock the boat on this one. It is fantastic. It is A tier, one of the best games of the year, but not my game of the year. Is it Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy? Let's find out. All right, Mortal Kombat 1 hour review. Let's check that one out. Doing a retro game here. Like I said, like to mix it up. Plus, it gives me an excuse to buy retro stuff. Mortal Kombat, the Vita game. No, this is going to be a hard one to find. Holy moly. So we got games. Get everything else out of the way. We need it for the Game Boy. Mortal Kombat X. Oh, my gosh. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Game Boy Advance. Where's the Game Boy? What is this? What kind of garbage is this? You don't have the Game Boy? I guess you're just going to have to take my opinion on it, because Metacritic does not want you to know what people think about Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy. It's a conspiracy. Let's go. By the way, the graphics look a smidge bit nicer because I was playing on a Game Boy Color, which totally unlocks the magic of a Game Boy game.
Now, review of Mortal Kombat.
So you pick from one of 6 characters, and you have 6 lives to try and defeat everyone. So there's only really 2 buttons. You can punch and you can kick. Other than that, you can move and then you can go side to side. But I'm not lying that these controls are some of the worst I've ever played.
Flashbacks.
All right, here we go. But look how slow that goes. Oh my god, it's so slow. You just blocked it. Oh, it's so terrible. The graphics, music, and sound are pretty decent in this, but honestly, the gameplay just ruins everything. Every time you get a win, it just feels like you have to resort to some sort of cheap way to win. The controls are just not fluid at all. You also can't pause in a match. Like, who thought that was a good idea not to have a pause button? I also do want to mention I'm playing a Game Boy game on a Game Boy Color, so it looks slightly better than it would if you were playing on just a regular game.
I gotta make sure you know that. Like, I don't want you to judge it.
But still, I think for the time, it's still pretty impressive what they pulled off here, at least visually. Mm-hmm. And it froze, so I think that's a sign. I will never play this again for the rest of my life.
Yep, and he never did. Yeah, so that one, and here's the thing. This is where I'm like, should I... yeah, Mortal Kombat's absolutely F tier. It is bottom of the S tier. Rave Gore just felt clunky. Like, the controls didn't feel good. But these ones actively felt terrible. Like, I don't want to play this anymore because of the controls. Yeah, and there's not much there. You fight like 7 people. Like, it's not a very robust game. Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy, unfortunately, will not be my 2022 Game of the Year. Now, let's talk Immortality. I think I need to shoot a 10-hour review on this one. I don't know. So, Immortality, undoubtedly one of the most interesting games I've ever seen in my life. 54 views, nobody cares. Full motion video game has peaked, and I do believe this. Let's get into the video, and I'll talk some more. I want to wax poetic about this, but also, let's just get into it.
Immortality, 1 hour review. So you start on a film grid showing all the movies that this actress was in. What? This is a trippy game. So you can pause these clips at any time, and you can go into there and you can, like, look at an actor. And then it takes you to another thing that Marissa did with that actor. And I don't quite know what we're trying to untangle yet here, but this is fascinating. I just saw a boob.
It's a
This
lot
is
of boob.
absolutely fascinating. I have never seen a game like this before in my life. Like, even little things, like this ashtray here, connects you to a different film clip that you're able to go through. Be forewarned, you're going to be watching tons of video in this. I could definitely see a lot of people not liking how slow this game is, though. I personally feel like they're doing a great job on the acting, sound design, everything looks authentic. After 1 hour, I'm completely invested in this game, and this is absolutely a must-try. I think within an hour, you'll know if it's for you. I've already unlocked 36 scenes. Incredible.
36. Noob! This is such a weird game, and I still have no idea where we're going with it, but it immediately is in the A to B tier. Now, I have not finished it, so I don't know if it'll go into the A tier. I don't think it will, and there's a couple big reasons why. First and foremost, I've unlocked probably like 100 clips or something. It's ridiculous. But being able to unlock all those clips means that you don't get to enjoy the game as much because you're constantly searching every single thing in the clip. Like, just for this example, like, I would be looking, oh, can I click on this bed? Can I click on this thing? Can I click on that thing? Can I click on her boob? Can I click on the kiss? Can I click on the hair? And I'm not exaggerating. If you played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And when you click on it, it takes you to a completely different scene. And then you'll try and click on it again really fast because it might take you to another completely different scene where people are kissing. And before you know it, you'll have like 6 new scenes here, which means then you have to go back to the original scene, and then you do the same thing, but this time the bed stand is going to take you to 4 more scenes. And my biggest issue with this, and this is why I cannot put it in the A tier in good conscience, even though I do think it is near the top of the B tier. Absolutely. I'll put it above Overwatch 2. Just because of how unique and interesting it is it breaks the immersion a little bit, and there's not a good way to let people know that they've already clicked it. Like, if I've clicked out all of the clocks, for instance, which I think I have. I think I've got like some achievements on different stuff like that. Make it so I can't click on clocks anymore. Make it so there's no eyes on the clock, so then I can just rest assured. I can still and slowly, as you progress through the game, it'll be more about finally watching those clips instead of just trying to explore and find new things. And that's my biggest issue with the game. It breaks the immersion from this. But that being said, this is such a fascinating gaming experience. It is full motion video at its finest, and I will finish this game just because I want to see where the hell the story is going. Because it talks about this woman, this actress, over like 40 years of her career. You watch her on talk shows, you watch her talking, doing the run-throughs of her movies and her dialogue with it's fascinating. Sup, Power just arrived. Mortal Kombat Tier F. Got the heck out of here. LOL. It is on the Game Boy. Oh, it's bad. It is just clunk. It's not fun in any way, shape, or form. Immortality, though, very hit or miss. And like I said, I think you'll know in an hour if it's going to be for you. Either way, I applaud them on taking a swing, and it's such an interesting content. And big thing here, I think this has the best acting in any game of 2022. They crushed it, which is really saying something, especially considering the amount of acting that is going on in this. If you like watching clips, Immortality is undoubtedly the game for you. Orbital Cargo Division, let's go. Are we finally going to get something in the C tier? I don't know. Now, this one I do believe was another Kickstarter. Yes, I believe this one was a Kickstarter, and I did a video on the demo, but I'm sure I'll talk about it in there. 125 views. I don't think it was that particularly popular on Kickstarter. I don't know why I checked it out, to be honest with you. I just like mixing it up.
1 hour review of Orbital Cargo Division.
Yeah.
It's a point-and-click adventure with a pretty good sense of humor and art style. The gameplay is not bad, but the world just feels very empty overall.
Look at that.
Now, I understand you're in the middle of space on a cargo.
Okay, so my shooting this has gotten at least a little bit better since then. But yes, I've learned to like zoom into the actual frame. This is
shit, but just it feels boring. Like this room, there's nothing to do.
Very bland.
So this elevator connects everything, and there's 4 floors to explore, but they all really feel empty. I found 3 key cards. I have no clue what to do with them, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing to do with them. There's only like a grand total of maybe 20 to 30 things to click on in the demo. So, well, I guess it does make me more interested in the game. It's purely a tech demo, and I'd love to see a lot more than just this. Final grade is an incomplete. Check it out on Kickstarter. It looks like it might be your cup of tea.
Well, there you
but honestly, I need soundtrack and voice acting. No, you need some more gameplay there in your demo there, partner.
Yeah, this is a total incomplete here. It looked like it could be fun. Like I said, the humor hit. The minor humor that was in there hit. And humor can go a long way in games. Orbital Cargo Division incomplete. Let's build a zoo. I'm excited to talk about Let's Build a Zoo. And this one I actually did a series of videos on because I was just so into it. I built an animal fight club in the game because the game is just, it is all over the board. It is all over the board. Let's see how the first video on that did. So this one got 3.3 thousand views, and this one looks like it's a nice upward trend. Look at that. 59 views over the last 48 hours, 6 subscribers. Welcome aboard. Fantastic. That's why I love doing the series. You know, I'll shoot one of these late at night before I go to bed, and I'll scoop up a handful of subscribers.
1 hour review of Let's Build a Zoo. And it's pretty simple. You get a plot of land, and you're going to build a zoo. So I made an enclosure. It was way more confusing than it needed to be, but now I have bunnies in it, and this is actually pretty cool. I got them from Australia. So there's a world map, and different zoos are going to want to trade you their animals. Each visitor to your zoo has their own unique personality, and randomly critical choices will pop up. In-game stories are conveyed via newspaper, and it's pretty cool. You also have to micromanage the park by hiring employees, dealing with morality, charging ticket prices. There is tons and tons and tons of stuff to build. I'm really impressed. Using the left trigger to navigate through everything, I think was a really awesome choice. A daily report at the end of every day tells you how you're doing. Animal health inspectors will come and give you ratings based on how well you're taking care of your animal. Lost puppy, how about we dress it up and call it a lion? Your morality affects the buildings and actions you can take.
Look, there's a lion in it with the bunnies.
I'm having a recruitment campaign to find a janitor. Final verdict, I'm keeping this. I feel like I barely even scratched the surface.
Can confirm that. I think I shot a 10-hour review. I shot a series of video where I just kind of like narrated what I was doing in the game because the game is just nuts. It gives you like all there's a mafia that's like, hey, can we dump a dead body into your pigs or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, like top of the grate or bottom of the A. I don't know. Is this an A game? I'm probably about 15, 20 hours into it. I'm loving it. My son really enjoys it, as long as you don't mind the dark sense of humor. I haven't finished it yet. Oh, yeah. Is this... yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Top of the A. Bottom of the A. Bottom of the A, I think it's fair. I still think Vampire Survivors is better, but I think this has the potential to punch above Vampire Survivors. Especially if they continue to add more stuff, because there is a lot of stuff. You got like this big unlock system here, and you can research stuff, and it goes in all different directions, and it's fun, and I feel like I barely scratched the surface. I love the sense of humor, and yeah, I'm talking myself into it. Let's build a zoo. There's a reason I did like 6 videos on it, because I really liked it. So A tier, baby, let's go. Let's see what everybody else is saying on this one. They're very interested. I tend not to look at this before I make my video, because I really want to... So 76 on the Switch, 83 on the PlayStation 5, and I imagine the PS5 version is more comparable than the Xbox One. Sorry for tapping that. Let's Build a Zoo might look like some 16-bit indie, so yeah, it's in at 83%. So people great. Some people at the 90s, they're near me, scraping the bottom of the A, and I think that's right where it goes. Let's Build a Zoo. Definitely one to check out. Highly recommend that one if you like sim-style games. And if you have a little bit of a darker sense of humor. But that being said, you don't have to go to the dark sense of humor. You know, instead of buying from the black market dealer, you could just report him to the police. All right, what are we going to talk about next? And I am going to take a short break during this video, but you won't even notice. Ooh, Pentiment. Pentiment. Let's go. Pentiment's one we got to talk about. Pentiment. IGN gave this one a 10, and this one is from a big one. So, 9-hour review and a 1-hour review. We'll do the 1-hour review, then we'll do the 9-hour review. Let's see how this one's doing. It's a very popular game. 358 views. So, not really the move in the needle on it, but I imagine a lot of people are covering this game because it got a 10 from IGN, so people are like, oh, this must be good.
Pentiment 1-hour review. Let's go to 1518. Fantastic music, visuals, and sound effects. So it feels like you're in like a choose-your-own-adventure storybook. Why, thank you, game. Yes, I will be a hedonist. Tons of reading in this one, but it's really well written. It feels historically accurate, and I just double-booked myself for dinner, and I feel bad about it. I really do. Lots of different places to explore and people to talk to. Like, for real, this might be the nicest start screen that I've ever seen in a game in 36 years of being alive. It's incredible. There's even a glossary. It feels like I'm in an open world in a choose-your-own-adventure book, and I don't even know which direction I'm supposed to go yet, and I'm absolutely loving being dipped into this world. It's unlike anything I've ever played so far.
Oh, I'm totally gonna get it on with this guy's wife.
I tried so hard to bang her.
So you play as a painter who paints for the church. And
That's not
other
what this
than
game
that,
is.
I got no clue what's going on. I'm an hour in, and I'm absolutely loving this. This is a must-try if you don't mind all the reading. 10-hour review coming soon.
Yeah. Did not get to 10 hours because it's only 9 hours, but ooh, 12 views. That one's hidden a little bit. Weird face on the front. Does the face help? Does the picture? I don't know. Let's check it out, but this is going to have more of my thoughts on it.
Pentiment, 9-hour review. I just finished up Penniman, and I can easily say this is one of my favorite games that I've ever played.
Yeah.
However, you must know this game is insanely slow. It takes you back to 1500s Bavaria, where you play as Andreas. There's tons of reading in this game, and it feels like a choose-your-own-adventure game evolved, even though in the end it kind of pulls out the rug on that.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the art style, the music, and most importantly, the dialogue. It feels like these characters are in 1500s. You feel like you're just dipped into this world, and it's spectacular. It is unlike anything I've experienced in 30-plus years of gaming. Over the course of 3 acts, you get to know and grow with all these different characters in the village. Acts 1 and 2 are both murder mysteries, and Act 3 has you painting a mural while also uncovering a mystery. But mostly you just wander around these towns, interacting with people, and doing your job. There's also some mini-games mixed in, but that's with an asterisk.
They're mostly just you sitting at dinner tables and picking at food that you want to eat and then having conversation.
But those conversations are what makes this game shine. 9.5 out of 10, must try.
Yeah, this one, I loved it. I absolutely adored it. I know it's not going to be for everybody, and it's better than Marvel Snap to me, even though Marvel Snap is going to have legs. And Marvel Snap's such an interesting beast. Because Marvel Snap, I'm going to be playing this for a long time, I have a feeling. But Penniman, here's the thing. I'm a big history buff. I love historically themed things. And what this did so well was it just dipped you into 1500s Bavaria. The story was great. I was excited about every conversation I had with people. The only thing, right now it's Game of the Year. Spoilers, it's not going to stay there. Because my biggest thing that I did not like about it, and this is a minor quibble, you know, I still said 9.5. Is it you gotta run from place to place to place to place to place, and it can be slow sometimes, especially if you're not quite sure where you're supposed to go. And the choose your own adventure aspect of it, that rug kind of got pulled at the end, but still an absolutely fantastic experience to try out if you don't mind reading and you want to be dipped into 1500s Bavaria. Pentiment is one of my favorite games of the year, and while it's no longer installed because it's a one-off kind of thing for me. Yeah, 86, so very highly rated. It's fantastic. I love it. All right, moving on. We got Metal Hellsinger. Let's go, Hellsinger. Yeah, now this one really did intrigue me an awful lot. And I know it's one, some people's, like, they're really highly rated about it, but I think that's more, well, I don't want to bury the lead here. But I do want to stall while this thing loads up. Okay, so we'll look at the analytics afterwards. Let's get to the video.
1-hour review of Metal Hellsinger.
This music is intense and we haven't even gotten into the game.
Yeah.
So you play as this
Great
demon
music.
lady who lost her
If you
voice
like-
in a cutscene that takes way too long.
It's
Like
like a
hard metal.
first-person slasher had a baby with Guitar Hero. These are the notes to the metal music, and you hit people, and the more you do it to the beat of the music, the better you do.
And now we're shooting to the music. This tutorial is really dragging. Whole lot of running away from things and shooting them. Like I'm getting repetitive vibes on the first level, which I don't like. The combat is fun though. Yeah, first boss fight was mid. Oh, they got the leaderboard. That's where they get you. I really do not care about this story.
So, yeah, the guns feel really good, and the gameplay is solid, but it's just so damn repetitive, because at the end of the day, it's all about trying to string together as long of a combo as you can. If you're not into that style of game, I don't think you're going to be into this one.
The second and third level are just as repetitive as the first one too.
Even the boss is repetitive. I've fought her 3 times now. I enjoyed the music and gunplay, but this is an easy uninstall.
Hey, we have our first C of the day. Metal Hellsinger slides in at a C. I think that's very reasonable. I don't think it's great in its genre, which is very niche, obviously. The first-person shooter rhythm game is not exactly one that we typically refer to, so 202 views. But let's see how this one's rated. Hellsinger. Metal Hellsinger. So 79, 79, 78. Yeah, people saying just below great. Amazing metal music, check. Short and sweet, check. Got it. But for me, I think it's good. I think it's okay. I think it's a C. Continuing on, we have Loot River. Loot River.
1 hour review of Metal Hellsinger.
Whoa!
This music is intense, and we haven't even
Whoa!
got into the game. So you play as this demon lady who lost her...
Where's that talking come from? That was me. 197 views on this one. And I actually think this one might have been one of those ones where I accidentally covered a game from yesteryear. No, it's a 2022er. So 72, 68 on Xbox, but let's see what I think.
Loot River 1 hour review. Loot River is a challenging game, however, it features an easy mode. Cool. So it's a top-down fighter, but you can also seamlessly move the platforms.
That was really cool.
So it's really like a puzzle game as you try and figure out how you're going to get through the level by maneuvering all these blocks. And then you fight a bunch of stuff by like parrying, and there's different weapons that fight differently. The story is told through these scrolls that you'll find throughout the map, and you click on them and then read stuff. You'll also find loot along the way, which will give you special abilities. So this is a roguelike game where when you die, you go back to the sanctuary and you can level yourself up a little bit and then go back into the fight. So I've switched over to the easy mode and I've still died 3 times. Looks like this is one of those games where they're really gonna force you to parry. Ugh. So there's a lot of different enemies with different fighting styles, and they look absolutely terrible. Xbox One X or Atari 2600, can you tell the difference? I've also got no investment in the story or the world. Everything just looks samey and ugly. I can't tell if the map is procedurally generated or if it just sucks. Ugly as dirt,
It is.
no help arrow, no fun.
It was procedurally generated. There was no help arrow. I didn't have fun with the combat. This one, I don't think it's an F, but I think it's a D. I think it's about a D. Would I rather play this or Moon Scars? I like roguelites personally a little bit better. So, but honestly, we're splitting hairs here. I'm not playing either of these ever again. But I'll put it above Moon Scars. Yeah, let's get that angry. Let's get that angry video game mob on me. All right, what is next? Let's go. Grabbing this one right here. Phantom Abyss. Now, this is a fun one to talk about. Phantom Abyss, the little engine that could. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You're going to have to find out. But you'll find out right now, because I'm doing it right now. So let's check out this one did. 250 viewers, new subscriber. Welcome aboard if that happens to be you. Let's go.
1 hour review of Phantom Abyss. Very quick and well done tutorial. Oh, you get this whip that makes you feel like Spider-Man.
This is really good.
So you're trying to make your way through these temples without dying. The goal is to find a relic. Once you do that, the tutorial is over and now you've unlocked all the game modes. The main mode has you racing through a temple, once again trying to find a relic, and racing against all the ghosts of the people who have done it previously. It's a really interesting idea and it works really well. So you have 3 lives each race, and then it also tells you how many people at this point in their race would be alive or dead. And there's 3 parts to the temple and they get progressively more difficult. Now, along the way, you can also collect coins. You can use these coins to buy blessings from shrines, which once again will help you survive longer. It's also really hard to get lost because there's always these blue lines and blue people to follow. Somehow I angered this god. He's chasing me! So after 1 hour, this isn't a game for me, but I really think it's a well-made and very fun game. I think my kids are going to absolutely fall in love with this one. I can see people who like Endless Runners or like games like Bleeding Edge liking this a whole lot. The temples don't outstay their welcomes either, which is really nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one, and this one I think is definitely B tier for me. Not my style of game, but it's still one that I think is on my Xbox because I wanted my kids to play it, and they enjoyed it. I think if you like those style games where it's just like time trials, like do all these crazy stuff, try it, yeah, I think we're at B. So Disc Room, no, whatever they play this than Phantom Abyss. I'm going to put it right below Escape Academy. I'd rather play Phantom Abyss than Escape Academy. And Phantom Abyss is also like one of those in-production kind of ones, but I think if that looks interesting to you, I think you're really going to enjoy it. I do think it's a very well-made game. So we're going to go B tier, Phantom Abyss. Let's see what everybody else thinks. Always like to see that. Am I bucking some trends? No ratings. Nobody's touching it? Come on! We got a 9? Amazing. So much fun this game feels like somebody... Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if this is your style game, you're really going to like it. Evili. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't care. And this game, man, I still haven't downloaded, and I want to get back into it because we'll get into it. Wow, I should get back into it. 27 views in the last 48 hours, plus 2 subscribers. Welcome aboard. I need to get a 10-hour up on this one. let's get into it. I'll talk more about it later.
1 hour review of Evely. Really fantastic tutorial so far. So you can look for a match, and when you join a match, you go into this little pub area right here until everybody gets ready. And happy to report lots of people using voice chat.
Yeah.
Be forewarned, you might spend a lot of time in these pubs. So each game you're dropped into a village, and you're either a villager or a conspirator. So during the day, you're going to try and complete quests by walking around this village. You also have your own special abilities based on what your role is. Now, typically at night, you'd be inside your house. However, since I'm the seer, I actually get to be awake at night and look for bad guys like that guy. Someone just got murdered in there! Be careful, though. People can murder you. Now, when you're dead, you can still complete missions and buy things which can help out your team. You can even customize your special abilities with coins. And then you can enter the world as your spirit form and do things. There is so much going on in this game, but the basic premise is villagers trying to find out who the bad guys are and bad guys trying to murder everybody. I'm keeping this one. It looks like a hell of a fun game to explore, but right now there's tons of technical glitches on the Xbox. I've only gotten in 2 games in 2.5 hours, and I've gotten kicked out of like 5 others. The matchmaking's terrible.
You're there near Naraka Blade Point on the I Want to Love You. So it really reminds me of the classic game of Werewolf, if you ever played that one, where it's a large group social deduction game. I played it with up to like 50 to 80 players before, and no, I'm not exaggerating. They do that at Gen Con. It's amazing. At least they used to. But in that game, there's a day phase and then a night phase. And during the day phase, you talk about who the vampire, or not the vampires, the werewolves are. And this kind of takes that idea and runs with it. And you need it's a very fragile game. You need a lot of people in voice chat. If people are not in voice chat, this is just not, it's not going to be that great. It also had tons of technical issues. And that was actually one of the big issues that I had with this, and why I haven't gotten back into this, because as excited as I was to play it, by the time I was able to get back to it, I'd completely forgotten everything from the tutorial, and I didn't want to sit through the tutorial again, even though apparently it was pretty dang good. I don't remember it that well. We're going to go... What do we do here? Do I go incomplete? Because I played it... where is the game? Evely? No. No, because I know the gameplay itself is good. Do I think it's great? No. We're going to go with this. We're going to go top of the C tier. Those technical issues really killing it for me right now. But this one has the potential, I think, to be definitely B tier, high B tier. Or if this is like a lifestyle game, like a game that you play all the time, I think it could be A tier for some people. Especially if you had a core group of people that you were playing with. Because the people I did find on voice chat were very friendly. And I'm in the Apex Legend world, so that's weird. You know, very friendly, very fun. And when the game hits, it hits really well. And I think the more you dig into it, the more you can get. So I'm going to put it at the top of the C tier for right now. Definite potential for B tier, but they need to iron out those technical kinks. 2 games in 2.5 hours. Like, that's a first impression that's going to be real hard to get people to come back from. So top of C tier, unfortunately. All right, next we got Despot's Game. Despot's Game. Let's go. Let's go. Clunky. 45 views since it was published. Oh, let's actually, you know what? I kind of want to know what people think about Evely. Let's check this one out. Evely, PS5 game, Xbox One game. Oh, there's nobody here. Nobody said anything about this one. Probably because they have the technical malfunctions. All right. Anywho, Despot's Game. Let's get into my thoughts, and we'll check it out on Metacritic. Let's go.
Despot's Game, 1 hour review. So I clicked on Start a New Game, and there's a lot of options. Granted, they're all locked. So you wander from room to room as these little dudes. So you don't, like, normally control them. You actually, like, move them to where they're going to go. And once you think you're ready, you hit Y to begin the battle, and the battle starts. And you don't actually control your characters in battle. They just do it automatically. Now, each of the characters is different. They have their own attributes, weapons, levels, and power-ups, and they can be leveled up. The makeup of your team also matters, as you can unlock new abilities with certain combos. You also have to feed your people and keep them healthy. And when your people die, it sucks. So I'm digging it so far, but I must say the controls feel a bit clunky. The story's interesting, and it has a decent sense of humor. It's a weird, quirky text adventure, and the music is pretty banging. You know, I'm in like with it. I don't think I'm in love with it. Definitely not my go-to roguelite game right now, but a fun one nonetheless. You can get past those controls, I think you might dig it.
Yeah, that's pretty much exact. And I've tried to revisit it a couple times, and when I do, I have fun with it, but I still it's not my go-to, and I don't think it'll ever be my go-to roguelite. I'd rather play Vampire Survivor. I'd rather play a couple, I think one or two other ones that we're going to talk about on this list, so I won't spoil it. Auto chess, like RPG management, it's also a roguelite, incredibly addictive. Maybe not for all taste, but I greatly enjoy it. And I agree. I still think it's good, and I think some people are going to think it's great. But for me, I will put this at the top of the good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd rather go get to Despots games than Evilly. I think Evilly is a better game, but I think with those technical malfunctions, I got to give it to Despots games. Because I did. I had a good deal of fun with that one. All right. Hello Neighbor 2. Hey, you want to laugh at how dumb I am? Let's go. That's what Hello Neighbor 2 is. So, Hello Neighbor 2, 1 hour review. Garbage! I buried the lead there, huh? So 12 subscribers, 5.1 thousand views, and 44 in the last 48 hours really gives me pause and says, hey, you start covering these new hot games and you're going to be scooping up subscribers. Not to mention this game, eventually it'll be a retro game review.
Hello Neighbor 2, 1 hour review.
So you start off the game watching a kidnapping, then crashing your van into a barn. Not gonna lie, getting pretty damn frustrated. I've been stuck in this barn for 5 minutes.
I had a gear to open the door, but now I can't find the gear. Oh, you gotta...
Now, I want to clarify here. I thought that I actually didn't lose the gear and that I was just an idiot. But no, after further review, the gear just disappeared. There's this spot where it shouldn't have been fallen into, and it fell into it. And yeah.
Smash the glass with a crowbar. I'm just a dum-dum. Nope, I'm still missing a gear. I'm pretty sure I threw it into the abyss on accident. And since it auto-saved after I threw the gear to Narnia, I now have to restart the game. Like, this kid's getting ganked 11 seconds into the game. I'm not even joking. Like, that's creepy. We're on take 2, and I'm getting pretty pissed off here. I'm still missing a damn gear. And there's no helpful hint system. There's no tutorial. There's no diddly squat. Because in 2022, it's just too hard to put a fucking arrow in your game.
I was
Because
mad.
you have to match up the colors, you idiot. They posted...
Like, this was one of those games where it's like, okay, I'm going to smash this game, and then I'm going to make another YouTube short about this game because I know it's going to be very popular. And I was just like, no.
Seriously in the comments. Point taken, but still, there should be a hint system if I can't figure that out. Maybe I'm high on crack.
Dude, I
Hey,
have no clue what
don't
the
assume.
hell is going on. I just got arrested by a cop. There's no help system. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
I've been wondering for 20 minutes.
Easy uninstall.
Yeah, I did not have any fun at any point with Hello Neighbor, so we are down to the F tier. Now, Mortal Kombat versus Hello Neighbor 2. Now, Gungrave Gore, I think there's a sizable margin between Gungrave Gore and Gilded Hearts between Hello Neighbor 2, but Mortal Kombat. But honestly, I think... Here's the thing, I was at least impressed with Mortal Kombat. I liked the sound, I liked the audio. I didn't like anything about Hello Neighbor 2, so I'm going to bump it down there. I think that's my worst game of the year. If it's 2022 and you have no help system at all for what is essentially a puzzle game, that's just laziness. Don't tell me it's to make the real gamers, blah, blah, blah. It can be an optional feature that you turn on so those real gamers, like, just, it grinds my freaking gears. Let's see what everybody else thought about Hello Neighbor 2. Whoa, those are red. Oh, that's Hello Neighbor 1. Like how it doesn't assume I want to see any of the Hello Neighbor 2s. Like, oh yeah, did you want Hello Neighbor 2? No way. You're not popping up here? Is Hello Neighbor 2 not a thing that exists? I'm pretty sure it does. 39! Nobody's rated it. Is this because it's an input? Oh, 58, 47. Yeah, so everybody else hates on it too. Okay, so apparently I'm not really bucking the trend there. Nothing shading the wheel there. That's not even an expression. Let's get to the next game. I'm done talking about Hello Neighbor 2, my worst game of the year. Let's talk about Pokemon. Pokemon. All right, so this one, I do want to say, I actually just reviewed this one today, so I have not dug into this one nearly as much as I would like to. However, I put a decent chunk into it today, actually. I was just sitting there with the Switch, holding my daughter. All right, let's get into it, though. Pokemon Violet.
Pokemon Violet, 1 hour review. So you play as a kid who's not Ash, and you're going to go to Pokemon College or something. It's going to be one of those games where people look like this. I picked Quaxley as my starter, because come on, look at it, he's awesome. My wife's going to cheat on me with that duck. So it's structured kind of like an open world game, and this map is just insane. It just keeps going. Like, this place is huge. And we're Pokemoning. His dialogue makes me want to stab myself in the face with a screwdriver. Just make it stop.
Right in the face.
Really dig how they do the map, the in-game Pokedex, and all that sort of stuff. And the core gameplay loop of catching Pokemon is still fun. Some giant Pokemon just washed up on the shore. So I gave it a sandwich and now we're cool, apparently. And you can't skip any of the cutscenes. Come on. So every once in a while you get dialogue choices, but they don't actually seem to do anything. Like this guy's like, hey, you want to fight? I'm like, no. He's like, too bad.
After an hour, I'm excited to explore the world of school. I like the gameplay, but the story is hot garbage.
Yeah, sorry, I was absolutely no investment in it. But the world, and actually after that I played some more, and you get into explore the world, and you eventually get to fly and go in the water and stuff like that, and it does have a great sense of whimsical whimsy. And if I were a kid, I think I would absolutely love this, and I know this because my 9-year-old is smashing it right now. Not actually right now; he's sleeping. But Pokemon Violet, it's early on, but I couldn't see this falling any worse than great, just because of what I've already seen. Like it's Pokemon open world. Like honestly, like it's kind of all I need here. So it's sitting at 72. Now I will say 3.8 people hate this. Wow, it's all my 30 years of playing review I ever saw such a disaster. Been playing 5% still. So everyone, why do people hate this? Open world beta. Okay, I'm not getting that vibe at all. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going bottom of the beat tier. I'm still going to do it because I'm having a heck of a lot of fun with it. And the last time I played a Pokemon game was when I was 13, so 23 years ago. So my expectations of the game, I was surpassed, and I get it. And I'm excited to go through it with my kid. If my son didn't love Pokemon, I don't think I would finish it because I'm just not a big fan of the JRPG. Like the story just like. Of course, you're the new kid in town, and so, like, the first person, like, your dean comes to your house, is like, hey, what's up? And it's like, what, really? This is a big college. It's like, whatever. And then, like, he gets, like, the smartest, most beautiful girl from the school to, like, she's, like, the class body president to, like, teach you stuff and fight you, and you beat her on your first try. Like, oh, really? That's how that's gonna go down? And then, like, she's like, maybe I should ask you for advice on it. It's like, really? I'm, like, 11, and this is my first Pokemon ever. Just the dialogue pissed me off. The story, not why I'm here. And you know what? I'm going to go top of Seer. I'm going to protect myself here a little bit. Because once again, the story absolutely not doing anything for me. And if the open world is not as open and as amazing, because it does feel a little dense. I wanted more people. I'm going to go top of here, but I definitely think it has the potential to go top of B, top of C. And if you have young kids, like my 9-year-old, it's up here, A tier. But for me, I'm going to go top of C. We're gonna bump down to our puppy. let's be let's keep it. Let's keep it. I had that gut reaction. Let's go. So research and destroy. This is one don't spoil, don't bury the lead here. Let's talk about research and destroy. I don't imagine there's a lot of people talking about this one. I think this one definitely flew under the radar. 87 views. Let's check this one out.
Research and Destroy 1 hour review. Alright, we'll start with the tutorial. So it's a third-person shooter where you play as a scientist shooting zombies. But the catch is it's turn-based, so each of your characters has a certain amount of time that they're able to interact with the zombies on the screen, and then they get a turn to blast you. Very quirky sense of humor, I'm digging it. Split-screen campaign option? Yes, please. And they can just drop in, be still my beating heart. Oh, booyah, we got ghosts now. Spooky ghosts! So each of the characters has their own different gun, which really dictates their playstyle. So overall, I feel like the graphics are well done, and I dig the style. And now I'm building a university in the area I just cleared out of ghosts and zombies. Very interesting. And you have to play scientist in the universities. You can level up your universities, and this is starting to feel very much like a board game. Ooh, lots of different equipment and gadgets to unlock. It's a little bit slower than I personally like, but I'm having fun with it. But I'm excited to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, and I think my 9-year-old's going to love this quirky sense of humor. Give this one a shot if it looks like it might be your cup of tea. This could be a contender.
He did like the sense of humor. However, this is one that I just recently deleted. I tried to come back to it a couple more times. And it was just too hard for me, and it wasn't fun because if you die, you got to restart at the beginning of the level, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who enjoy how you're supposed to figure out how you do it, and I think the freezing time, the real-time aspect of it, where you have like 13 seconds to do stuff or 10 seconds, that's fun. I like a lot of the ideas in the game. I think it's good. I think it's C tier because once again, good is not bad. Like good, but would I put it here? I think I'm going to put it personally above Metal Hellsinger, but I think you could talk me into either one of those going right here. I think it's a good game, but it was just too hard for me. And I was 5 difficulty, then I bumped it down to level 1 difficulty, and I was like, okay, now I'll breeze through this, and still, no, it was really hard. And I wanted to play through it, but it's just, if I'm dying over and over again, I'm not having fun. So Research and Destroy, C tier, unfortunately. Moving on, let's get a big one. Let's get a big one. Shredders! It's not actually big, but we'll get it anyway. There is another game with Shredder in the title that is a big one, but we'll talk about that one in a second. But let's see, honestly, let's check out Research and Destroy. What were people thinking about this one? I'm curious to know what the crowd is saying. Research and Destroy. Look, is it really not popping up? There it is. Nothing. So SXBX, so we'll go there. 73. So that's pretty much where they put it. Good. Some people are up to great, some people are up to good, some said right about, yeah, I'm another sheep in the crowd. Let's check out Shredders. Let's see what's going on with this one. Oh, I already have it here. Now, this one was a weird one. So 331 views, no new subscribers, but 8 in the last 48 hours. Awesome. Let's go.
Shredder's 1 hour review. You play as 2 snowboarders who are on YouTube. The controls feel really solid, even though they feel a bit slow. So there's a real effort to put a story in here, and it's a little odd.
Oh, apparently you can unlock a whole bunch of different parts of the map.
So you snowboard to these little circles, which are different locations. They show you a little cutscene, which pretty much has the gist of, hey, we need you to do some certain move, and then they teach you how to do the move. It's really interesting seeing what it would be like for these YouTubers who are trying to just make videos on YouTube about snowboarding. Oh, now we're getting pulled behind a snowmobile, and here's where I can feel the speed. Okay, now that we're on top of the mountain and going down, this feels like some awesome speed here. I also love that there's a button you can hit, so you can hit the last jump you were just on if you bit the dust. Really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit bored of this gameplay loop. In the amount of the story they're throwing at me, when it's not really a spectacular story, I'm getting kind of over it.
Ah, now we're on a totally different mountain that feels kind of like the other mountain. Overall, I think it's a good game. It's just not a game for me. I really don't care where the story progresses, and the snowboarding itself is good, but I don't think it's the best I've done.
Yeah. I played a few others, like, I think SSX has better, more fun snowboarding. I think there was another one for, like, the Nintendo 64 I remember enjoying more, but I do think it's a good game. Put it above Research and Destroy, maybe? No, that story, and it's not bringing anything new to the table, really. So you know what? I'm gonna show some respect for Metal Hellsinger. It's not a game for me, but I do at least appreciate what it's trying to do. Shredders, you know, you're taking something that, yeah, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the sea. I think that's it. So, and then 66. So people are right about where I am, a little bit lower actually. People more putting that in like the D tier, at least in my mind, how I see that. But still. Yeah, you talked me to... No, I don't think you talked me to D tier. It's fun enough. Alright, let's go. Slime Rancher 2. I'm excited to talk about you. Let's see. I'm very curious. I think this one's going to be very highly rated, but I'm not sure. It's also a sequel. I never played the original. It's a Slime Rancher 2. Oh, it's early access, but 80 for the original. Anybody say anything about this? 80? Well, let's see what I said. Slime, and let's see if this one is drawing attention, because this one is 1 hour review. I wish, what is this? So plus 1 subscriber, 378 views, awesome. I wish I had this as a kid. Yep, this is the one.
Slime Rancher 2 1 hour review. Player damage modifier? Thanks.
So it's incredibly cute, and you go around sucking up these slime balls and put them into your little cage.
And then you suck up cute little animals and feed them to your slime. And then you suck up crystals and shoot them in your little computer thing to get money, which you can use to purchase more areas.
Like, this is seriously adorable. The music is so peaceful and tranquil. So the more you feed them, the bigger you get, and the more gems they'll make.
But of course, there are bad guys. I really appreciate the sense of exploration and wonder in this game.
There's just so much to explore and see.
Dang, this map looks huge. I wish I could have played this as a kid. And don't even get me started on how much I love the Slimepedia. It's so helpful.
And of course, you have a rundown location that I imagine is going to get really nice before the end of the game, as you craft more new high-tech stuff that's going to help you and also keep your location safe.
While this is not my style game, I'm keeping it installed for my kids, and if you think it's your style, check this out.
Yeah, my wife was actually interested in trying this one. It's great. I think it's a B. I think it's a B. B, where did I put it? I think I put it right around there with the Phantom Abyss. No, I think it goes above that. I think it goes above this because, yeah, I put it right around there with Escape Academy. It made me want to be a kid again when I played it. And if you have a game like that, I think that's just, it hits different. Speaking of hits different, let's talk about Scorn. One of the most interesting games to come out in quite some time. Scorn 1 hour review. Confused. Oh, so 2.4 thousand views plus 3 subscribers. Welcome aboard. Confused creepy jogging simulator. Let's go. Did it bury the lead there?
1 hour review of Scorn. These cutscenes are drop dead gorgeous. These sound effects are blowing me away on headphones.
So,
this is fantastic.
So much hope.
So it just went from first person to top down for a puzzle. Very interesting. But mostly I've just been exploring this first person world trying to figure out what's going on. So the game doesn't hold your hand at all, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm kind of annoyed because I don't know what I'm doing. It has something to do with this puzzle. I have to get a chair to move through here, and I can't figure it out to save my life. Okay, this is getting stupid. I'm going to the internet. Hey, and we're back to stuff happening. Cool. And we're back to confused creepy jogging simulator. Fun times, another door I can't open. This has not been a fun 35 minutes. Back to the internet. So I cracked an egg, and then there should be like somebody down there, but I've looked for like 20 minutes. So the guide said I might need to reload my game, but that takes me back to 5 minutes. And I'm at 50. I think we're using the wrong finger here. This time the egg's not gonna screw up. Fingers crossed. Nope, still don't know what the hell to do. You know, I might just call it early on this one. I'm just gonna go listen to System of a Down and play Apex.
Yeah. F tier. Now, where in the F tier is an interesting question, because it's near the Hello Neighbor territory where I just had no fun at all. Nothing. You know, if I have to go to the internet twice in 1 hour just to get through, like, the beginning, your tutorial, like, no. I think I'm going to put... Which one is it? Because I at least appreciate Mortal Kombat and what it tried to do. And it was straightforward. I didn't feel like I was missing out with Mortal Kombat. When I played Mortal Kombat, I was like, oh, this sucks. Whereas with Scorn and Hello Neighbor, I was like, man, I know that I wish I could unlock this fun. I wish I could enjoy this. If you would give me some sort of help there or something to help me out on it. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to put it at the very bottom. Worst game of the year for me, because I was actually pretty dang... I was hoping I was going to really like this, and I didn't. And the sound design, you know what? The sound design is really well done. And the graphics are better, so I'm gonna put Hello Neighbor. Hello Neighbor 2 is still the worst game I played this year. But Scorn, not too far on its heels. Now let's see what everybody else said about this. Let's see, 70. 64 on Xbox. Great. So it's like, yeah, it looks like it is all over the board here. Either like it, hate it sort of thing, and it meets in the middle. For me, I hate it, so that's why it's my F tier. Not fun for me. Let's go talk about Citizen Sleeper. Oh boy, howdy. I got some feelings, I got some thoughts on Citizen Sleeper. Let's go. We got a 10-hour review on this one because I completed, not one, well, get it, don't spoil it. Alright, so 72 views, 12 views though in the last 48 hours because I did just shoot this video a little bit ago, I think a couple of days ago. Well, this is the final review. We got the 1 hour review too. 1 hour review has 1 new subscribers, 271 views, 15 views in the last 48 hours. Great as well, because I shot this one I think like about a month ago.
Citizen Sleeper 1 hour review. Ooh, 3 different character classes. So it's sci-fi.
Don't get too excited.
Choose your own adventure. Prepare for tons of reading and some difficult reading as well. Silhouetting's a big word.
So big.
So imagine if they took all the stuff in your brain and then put it into a hard drive, and you could put that hard drive into a robot. Well, that's what this game is. Bleep, bloop, blob. Holy Toledo, the tutorial makes it sound like it's an action selection board game. That is kind of my jam there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a choose-your-own-adventure dice placement game, and I love that. Beautiful artwork. The writing is really vivid. There's also been a chunk of reading that I don't understand at all, and I think that's the point. Like, I'll start to understand it in bits and pieces. It's like what you dream about. There's a map system that allows you to navigate where you spend your dice, but it's a sad bit clunky. Ooh, I gotta upgrade my character. After an hour, I'm in love with this game. I think the writing is really going to be hit or miss, though, and I think within 1 hour you will know if this is for you or not, but try it out.
Yeah, definitely stick by that. But then we got the 10-hour review, because I finished this bad boy. Oh, feels. Let's talk about it.
Citizen Sleeper 10-hour review. So I've played the game twice now, and I can honestly say it's almost a masterpiece. So the 2 main components of the game are a very heavy sci-fi choose-your-own-adventure novel, combined with a dice placement system like you'd find in a board game, and tons of places to spend your dice. You play as kind of like this robot who's stuck on this ship that's just out in the middle of the galaxy. It's like a dead, dying planet kind of ship. You play as a sleeper, and at any given time you're going to have a bunch of different things you're trying to do. Maybe you're going to try and get onto this big ship that's going to be leaving in like 50 cycles. Maybe you're going to spend a bunch of time working at a bar. Maybe you're going to go live on a hippie commune on the outskirts and plant mushrooms. Like seriously. The stories and adventures you go on are fun to navigate. For me, though, I think there's two main things that hold this game back. First, while most of the time I really dig the dialogue, sometimes it's just a little too sci-fi for me. Especially the dream sequences. I read literal pages that I didn't understand. Secondly, there's just not enough. I feel like I've explored most of the game. 8.8, still love it.
Yeah. This one, I think they're still adding downloadable content. I could see it eventually getting into the A tier for me. No, I couldn't. I just couldn't. And the big reason why is just there's another game that we're going to talk about that is in the same lane. And yeah, I'm going to put it right up here with Naraka Blade Point. But those are a hard one right there. I think Naraka Blade Point has longer legs. So the big thing with this is the dream sequences are just gobbledygook nonsense. And I get it. It's a dream sequence. But there's another game that we're going to talk about that's going to be higher rated than this one that also does dream scenes. And it's a very similar game, and they crushed it. And it just made me realize how I didn't have to not enjoy these scenes. Also, the tutorial's not good. It can feel a bit clunky here and there, but still, I think it's very close to a masterpiece. I'm excited to see if they add more stuff to this one, like a redone version of this in a couple of years. I think would be huge. Citizen Sleeper. If you like sci-fi and you don't mind a lot of reading, it's definitely one to check out. Really enjoy this, and especially if you're a board gamer and you like dice placement. No brainer. All right, let's go. Ghost Song. Ghost Song. We'll see what Citizen Sleeper. I imagine this one's very highly rated. Citizen Sleeper, yeah, sitting at an 85. Very respectable. 110, I don't know if we'll go that far. Very slow game. Oh, that's the other thing, too. I played it twice. I played through 2 times, and by around 8 or 9 hours, I felt like I was just... There were still things I was trying to do. Like, there was goals, but, like, that was it. So the rest of my time, I was just like, well, what do I do? Do I go plant mushrooms that I don't really care about? Do I, like... I just kind of ran out of stuff to do, which was unfortunate. But... I don't know what game I just grabbed. We just grabbed a game, didn't we? Citizen Sleeper, Bits and Bops. Did I miss something? Oh, Ghost Song. Yeah, Ghost Song. Such a forgettable... Yeah. Spoilers! Ghost Song! Alright. What's the title on this one? So 194 views, 1 subscriber. Welcome aboard. Direct-to-DVD Metroidvania. Let's go.
1 hour review.
Snark.
Song.
So no real tutorial to speak of. You play as this lady in outer space, and you can shoot stuff and jump.
You have to shoot the living crap out of everything for it to die.
But I tell you what, if they shoot you even just a little bit, boom, 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 you're dead. Oh, apparently I have to go to the right to get to the tutorial. Silly me. So it definitely feels Metroidvania, and the graphics are really nice. So you can upgrade your suit, but it looks like there's only 3 things to upgrade. So apparently you're supposed to shoot them a whole bunch and then whack them with your gun. Yeah, I'm really not feeling the combat in this game. So I'm pretty much just running around shooting people and collecting this green stuff. So it's weird. Some areas have music and some areas don't. Either way, I'm not a fan of the music. I could not care about this story less if I tried. Or really lack thereof. The good news is, even if you die, you get to keep all your green goo so you can level up your gun more. Expect a lot of backtracking. I think the core gameplay is going to be hit or miss, and for me it's a miss. The map system is nice, though. The platforming in this also just doesn't feel fun. Uninstall!
Yeah, this is D to me. This is a very simple, easy D. I think if it's your style game, I think you go maybe like a C+, B- kind of range, but for me, just no. And maybe that's even a bit high. Would I rather play this versus Loot River or Moon Scars? And yeah, this is like a very specific, like this is just too hard for me, and even other games that do stuff like this, I think do it better. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go here. I think the bottom of the D tier. Yeah. I do feel like there's a big gap between the top of the F and the bottom of the D. So I would like to mention that at least. But let's see what everybody else is thinking about Ghost Song. Check it out. Am I bucking some trend here? Ghost Song 7981. So most of the people saying great. And like I said, I think if you really dig it, I think a lot of people would be around the top of the C, bottom of the B, and that's right about where that is. Just for me, D tier. A Memoir Blue. Now that one. This one, let me tell you, this is a very interesting one. I just got to this last week. 135 views. All right. Let's get to it. It's a very short game, too.
A Memoir Blue 1 hour review. So you play as an Olympic bronze medalist who's like really sad. And now I'm like trying to interact with her purse or something. I just sent a text on her phone. I'm all up in her ice. This game just got weird. So the gist of the game is you go from one scene to the next trying to interact with the environment and figure out how you move to the next scene. You also slowly unweave the story. Really digging the graphics and sound in this one too. The puzzles are so simple even I can figure them out. But you can also press your right trigger and it'll help you. Very much appreciated. You do need to know that this is a slow game though. It honestly feels more like an interactive movie. Taxis, I'm stuck. And we're back from the internet and on track now. We're essentially seeing the cliff notes of this woman's life, and I kind of love it. The story hits you in the feels, too. Dang. After about 70 minutes, it's over. I can't say I loved the experience, but it was enjoyable enough, and it was an interesting story. I think it'll hit you harder if you had a single parent. And I'm excited to see what they do next.
I did. This was a really interesting art project, it feels like. It doesn't feel like much of a game. I think we're C tier here, no doubt about it. I would have loved if this thing would have been expanded more about it, because it is an interesting story. And I don't want to give anything away just because it's only 70 minutes. Is it what I think you could miss, though? Yeah. There's games that I'm going to talk about in the A tier that are going to give you way better pentiment, for instance, and I just think it's, well, more worth your time. And I think this is a hard one to slot. Because in the end, I was really digging it, and then it ended shorter than I wanted to. It just left me wanting more, but not, I think, in a good way. I think we're going to put it right here around with Evilly. But I think Evilly is better. I don't know. It's a tough one. Let's see what a Memoir Blue, everybody else is saying about that one. And this one I'm very curious to know what people think. A Memoir Blue, 66.71. Yeah, people are in the 75. So people are right around where I am here. You know, just it's okay. So yeah, slot it right there. Let's go Witch in the Woods. This is not what I was expecting, by the way. Like, I try and go into these games as blind as possible, and Witch in the Woods, not what I expected. 408 views and 3 subscribers, though. That's fantastic. That's fantastic, because this one just got posted. Yeah, 4 days ago. So excellent. So covering some more of these little indie ones. You know, people aren't making content on them.
Little Witch in the Woods, 1 hour review. You start off the game on a train talking to your hat, and it's absolute nonsense. Mm-hmm. So I gained a keyword, and I'm, what? So you walk around talking to people. So the train broke down, now we're going to go play in the woods. So time is an element of the game. Right now I'm trying to look for a tree and get back to the train before the morning. Really digging the graphics and audio in the game. So I'm going around finding some creatures and drawing them now. This then adds them to your encyclopedia. Ooh, I found a witch's house.
Oh, it's abandoned and run down. I wonder if I'm gonna fix it up. Prove me wrong, game.
Did not.
We're about to miss the train.
Clean the witch's house, god damn it.
I think we're getting Stardew Valley, but with witches. Yep, we're pulling weeds.
Ooh, we found a witch's elevator.
And we got a bunch of busted up equipment we can fix up.
Ooh, we're gonna make potions with very specific instructions. The hat also kind of guides you through the game, which I really appreciate. After an hour, I'm not in love, but I'm in like. I also feel like I've barely scratched the surface on this one.
Yeah, so this one, very interesting game. I went back to it one more time after I shot the initial 1 hour review, and I will say that these are not typically my style game. I really do, and the only one that I've gotten into really was Stardew Valley for the most part. I did a little bit with Viva Pinata, even though it's kind of a different game. But I like these style of games, and I wish I could get into them, and I think this one has the potential to be great. I don't feel like I've seen enough of it to say that, though, so I'm actually going to put it right down here, right below the Pokemon one. I do have higher expectations for Pokemon just because I have a soft spot for Pokemon from when I was a kid and bringing it into the open world. You know, whereas Witch in the Woods, I have no skin in the game. But I think this one could definitely be a contender, and I would not be surprised if after I played it some more, I'd say, oh, this is a great game. Because it does look like it has a good deal of variability, lots of things to do. I had lots of things to see. I haven't even gotten to the town yet, so I'm wondering if there's going to be a romance simulator on there. I wish it held my hand a little bit more. I'm a little bit stuck on it. I'm going to have to go to the internet soon. But still, Witch in the Woods, definitely, if you like that style of game, check it out. Let's see if anyone's talking about this one on Metacritic. I'm going to guess not if my video is gaining, 3 subscribers or something like that. Yeah. And that's why it's great to cover indie games. You kind of force people, if they want to watch anything about the game, they kind of got to go see you. So, and I love covering them, so that's great. Especially, and this is honestly one that I'm seriously considering just putting another couple chunks of hours into and seeing if it's one that I do like a top 5 things to know about the game. Because I do think it has contender. It's a potential to be a great little one of those style games. Let's go for something that's definitely not great. Let's go to Paw Patrol Grand Prix. Now this is arguably probably shovelware. And I did 2 videos on it. Let's see what this one is. I don't remember. So one of them's a 1-hour review though. So this one, 736 views, 2 subscribers. Welcome aboard. No controller Paw Patrol Grand Prix Challenge in hard mode. Wow, just wow. Oh, so this is me just making fun of the fact that you don't actually have to control the game to play it if you don't want to. So that one we don't need to watch. It's literally just saying, oh, look, I was like making a snack or something, I think, while I played it. But let's get into the game itself. 1-hour review.
Paw Patrol Grand Prix 1-hour review. So it's a Paw Patrol kart racer. There's 10 different characters. Each one has their own special ability. You can choose your difficulty setting at the beginning, but honestly, hard is really easy.
So easy you don't really have to drive. I'm currently sitting in 4th place, not pressing any buttons at all. Ooh, now I'm in 2nd.
Like, it auto-drives for you. Now, you can take control if you want, but the controls feel super floaty.
There's also power-ups, and honestly, they all kind of suck.
A couple of them, I don't even know what the hell they do. While there is a good variety on the different maps, they're pretty empty and don't feel that different. But it's not all bad. There is 4-player split screen, lots of hats, skins, and turbo sparkles to unlock. And one thing I love is everything is narrated. Easy. And if you have kids, that's a big deal. It also features voice acting from, I think, the original actors of the show. So kids are going to go crazy for that.
For $50 though? Hell no.
But if you got Game Pass or you find it in the bargain bin for under $10, yeah, it's worth
Spots!
it. I'm about 1/3 of the way through the game after 1 hour. I'm going to keep it to play with my 6-year-old, but you could do a lot better.
Yeah. We go in C or D. I think it had a very clear goal that it was trying to do and accomplish it. I honestly put it, you know what? I put it, yeah, I think Dora Puppy still B tier. Grand Patrol, I think we're putting C tier. And I think I put it above, I think I put it above Shredders. I put it above Shredders because my 6-year-old did have a good deal of fun with it, even though it's not a good, you know what, no, let's be real here. Bottom of the C tier. To the bottom of the C tier with you. Let's see if anybody else is talking about Paw Patrol. There's going to be like 50 million games, isn't there? Bunch of spin-off games. Oh, Paw Patrol the movie. Oh, golly. Grand Prix. Is it Grand Prix? There we go. Racing Barkin' Perk. Oh, God. I want to go D tier for that pun. Nobody's saying anything about it. Okay. It's not really worth talking about for most people. Potion Craft. Very, very, very interesting game. And considering we didn't have a C at all for a while, we are filling up that C tier right here. Now, Potion Craft, I wanted to like you. Let's check this one out. Once again, one of these newer indie games. I posted this 18 days ago, getting consistent views. Yeah, covering the indie games. That's what's up. 5 subscribers. Welcome aboard. About to cross 1,000 views. Great. Let's see what I think about the game.
Potion Craft 1-hour review. So you're an alchemist who's finally settled down in a city. You found an old wizard's house to squat in, and now you're starting up a potion store.
So you use this little hand to drag your ingredients in there, then you physically stir it with the spoon, and now I have to do this thing to get fire. Oh yeah, that's so hot. And now I'm grinding it up, baby.
So it looks like half the game is going to be dealing with customers, then half the game is going to be creating potions. I really dig the art style. And now we have a small talk minigame.
Oh, I lied, you're also gardening.
So I've got a bunch of ingredients to start making potions, and I also have some broken down equipment downstairs that I imagine I have to fix. So as you put ingredients into the pot, you'll move different ways on this map up here, and you can eventually unlock more potions to sell.
Booyah, got myself an herb dealer.
As you progress through the game, you can level up your skills. And there's also 10 chapters to go through, but it looks like just more of the core gameplay loop. There doesn't really look like a story. The game feels well made, and I had fun with it, but I need a story. It's just a little too tedious for my ADHD.
Yeah, I don't want to go great, just because I just don't feel like there's enough there. But I definitely think it's good, and I think it's consistent good. I put it up here, I think, with Despot's game. I think I'd rather play Despot's game. I think I'd rather play a Villy, but I do think I'd put it above a Memoir Blue. And I think that some people, if this scratches your itch, I definitely think you'd put it in the B tier. It's a very interesting game. I see what they are going for. I think they did a good job of it. Not a great job for me, but who knows? You know, if they keep adding to it, I think they could get there. But I needed some sort of story. So let's talk about a game with some story. Let's get one. Let's talk about Spy Kids 3D. Good. So, once again, doing some Royal Rumble stuff, throwing in some weird one here. This is a Game Boy Advance game, Spy Kids 3D. Let's see, is this one moving the needle? Plus 2 subscribers. Yeah, baby, let's go. Welcome aboard.
Spy Kids 3D Game Over 1 hour review. Ooh, 4 save slots?
The original Legend of Zelda only had 3, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So he plays a spy kid fighting giant mushrooms. Controls feel a bit floaty, but they're not bad. So as you progress, you gain new special abilities. You can also revisit old levels and try and beat your high score. I like that. So you're supposed to try and go through these worlds and save your family. Hey, you're free. I just realized the game didn't teach me how to use my new special ability. I don't know how to do it. So the FPS drop when you get a lot of characters on the stream, but that's pretty typical for Game Boy Advance games. Lots of platforming, but it feels pretty forgiving. Oh, it's a laser bridge! It's not too hard, but it's definitely not too easy. A super forgiving death system, which I think is critical for kids' games. A big boss at the end of every few levels, think Sonic style. And now the next world is a racing game? What? So you can explore, or you can literally just hold down the button to reach the end, and I kind of like that for a kid's game. What? Now we're in a mech? With a jetpack! I'm thoroughly impressed with this game. I will highly recommend this one if you got kids who like Spy Kids.
Yeah, I'd say this, I think back in the day, this was a B tier. This was a great game. I think right now it's still a good game. I think we're C tier here. Where are we putting that in the C tier? That's the question. Bye-bye, Mortal Kombat. I think we put it consistent like that. Yeah, we put it right here. Spy Kids 3D Game Over, right next to Pokemon Violet, where it belongs. Let's see what Spy Kids 3D is. What do people think? I do think that when this came out, it was probably pretty highly rated. Spy Kids 3D Game Over 62? What game are these people playing? The only upside owning this game is that you can go back and replay all the levels to find all the images. Really? It's very okay. Trashing on a little bit. Well, I guess I gave it a 70. Like, it's not that great. All right, what are we going next? We're going for, right here, Spelunky 2. We'll put it in the F so that way I stop losing stuff. We'll put it in the incomplete. Boom, 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 boom. All right, 1 hour review. Let's see how this one is tracking on the YouTubes. So 206, 1.4. Okay, cool. Let's get into it.
Spelunky 2, 1 hour review. Ooh, the main adventure can go co-op. Couch co-op! The tutorial is well done and straightforward, and they even tell you about the past game and what's happened since then. Well, I gotta restart the tutorial because I'm an idiot. I think we're trying to find our parents or something. I'm not quite sure. The story was... So the gist is you go into a level and you try and find your way out. You also have these bombs that will modify the level. It's pretty cool. There's also baddies that you can hit with your whip or you can jump on them. Pretty sure we're also at a randomly generated map. This is not an easy game either. I've died like 6 times already. Only one difficulty, my favorite. Ooh, I appreciate the select screen. Very cool. I've already been killed by a snake 4 times. Hey, that's fun. When you die too much, you lose your progress. And so now I'm back to level 1-1. Bro, I was on level 1 too. For 4 rice?
4 times.
Effing snakes.
Stupid
This game really
snakes.
pisses me off, and I'm going to uninstall it. They actively made a choice to not make an easy mode, so get bent.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. I have 3 kids. I don't have time for this BS. And I feel like D, that is exclusively the, hey, if you would have just made an easier game or an easier mode, you'd probably be in the C to, hey, hell, maybe even the B tier. But no, I don't got time for that. Spelunky 2, and honestly, I think this one's definitely the most disappointing for me out of all of them, because it had the cooperative, and I was excited to play it. I know it's a roguelike game, and I love roguelike games. And I got to the person where you could buy stuff, but I just kept dying over and over. It was just too hard for me, even, yeah. Spelunky 2, top of the D tier. I think if you like the game, it's probably up in that B tier, though, if you don't mind the difficulty, but for me, no. Just nope, I didn't have any fun with it after about like the first 10 minutes, and I realized it was stupid hard, at least for me. So let's see what everybody else is saying about Spelunky 2. And once again, Metacritic. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 87, 91. So yeah, 92. People digging this game. This one I am bucking the trend there. Not a fan. And it's just an active choice not to do that. All right, what do we got next? Infernax. Let's go. Put it down here in the bottom. Infernax. I remember nothing about this game. I can't, apparently not even how to type it. Infernax. Elden Ring. So 247 views. Cool. Elden Ring meets Zelda 2. Oh, yeah, I remember this one now.
Infernax 1 hour review. Casual mode with a description of what's different? Thank you.
Love it.
Holy retro goodness, Batman. So you play as this dude who just got back from war, and now that he got home, there's supernatural stuff all over the place. Decisions to be made?
The story, man, I really...
Okay.
Let's go.
This is some extreme NES violence here.
It was.
It feels a little Castlevania. It feels a little Legend of Zelda 2-ia, and those are good feelings. So you go around killing stuff, earning XP and coins. Coins you can use at, like, blacksmiths and alchemists. XP is used at these save shrines, and you can purchase upgrades.
Okay, I was cruising along and now I've died twice in the last minute, so things have got hard.
Ugh.
So you only have 2 lives, and once you die, you have to go back to your last save point, which might be a ways from where you were. Which wouldn't be so bad, but the monsters all respawn. And the combat's okay, but it already feels repetitive. Ugh.
I will say, though, if you like difficult games, I think there's going to be a lot more to unlock here, and it looks fun. So I enjoy the game, but I suck at the game, so I'm done with the game.
And that's really important for me to know, because we're above the D tier here. Like, Infernax could have just been another one in here, but I actually still had fun with it kicking me in the face, which tells me that for most people, I think this is going to be a B tier, potentially even up to an A tier. But for me, I'm at the C tier, and I'd still rather play it than Grand Prix Paw Patrol. I'd still rather play it than Shredder's Metal Hellsinger. I think it's right around the Research and Destroy. I think it actually put it above there. Right around there. No, we'll keep it going. Evil 2, that's where we stop. That's where we stop right there. But let's see what everybody else is saying about Infernax. And apparently my Metacritic has disappeared. So let's get back to Metacritic quickly. So, I'm excited to say, yeah, I'm going to guess this one's around an 80. I'm just shot in the dark. Infernax. 83. Nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I can generally feel when a game is good, and when it's just, and then, yeah, 90. Like, but for me, it was just too hard, and I wanted to enjoy it. I still had fun with it, but definitely one I think, if it looked like it's your cup of tea, I think you're going to enjoy it. Let's talk Medieval Dynasty. Let's go. And you're going to find out one of my big biases in board games. So we've already talked a lot about how I don't like it when your stupid game, or your stinking game, I should say stupid game, is too hard, and just because you don't want to make it easier. So this one got 5 subscribers, 5.5 thousand views. Welcome aboard. Love that. Let's get into it. It's my face again. So maybe the face is, I don't know, the vivid emotions, who knows?
1 hour review of Medieval Dynasty.
So the story's basically Fresh Prince medieval times. Parents are dead, go live with your rich uncle. Pretty impressed. You can go up and talk to everybody. Damn, Uncle Phil's dead. The good news is I can get whatever land I want and create my own little house or village. Collect resources to build tools. Oh, it's one of those kind of game.
This is my least favorite genre of game, or one of them. Just the get a bunch of stuff, craft a bunch of stuff. And it's part of the reason why I just never could get into a lot of those like farming sim style games, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. And this one, yeah.
Okay, new plan. This is Adelina. I tried to romance her, but she's married. So maybe we'll kill her husband and then see if I can romance her.
Boom. Then we don't have to build an axe to build a house.
So I can't figure out her husband, and so I think I'm just going to kill all the men. I hate this game already.
Yeah.
You can punch the hell out of baby cows, though. Can't even burn down the damn houses. Apparently around the campfires where you go for romance. Sup, Blanca? Boom. A little too young. Okay, well, why don't you come live on my new settlement with me? She pretty much says she won't be with me because I beat up baby cows.
Blanca, that was one time.
Apparently you eat, sleep, and stay hydrated.
No.
I think I'm just going to go drown myself. I can't even drown myself right.
Not my style of game, but it looks like one you could spend hundreds of hours on.
Yeah, this one, I think this, so see, once again, the difference between the D tier and the C tier is when I can see that like this has a lot of potential. And honestly, I'm going to put it up here with Infernax. It just is not my style of game, but it felt like it was very well made. I'll put it behind Infirmax because I was disappointed that I couldn't like burn down the village and do that, but that's just not the style of game it is. My buddy Eric's played it a good deal. He's told me about a whole bunch of it, and he really enjoys it. And I think if it's your style of game, definitely could be B tier, maybe A tier, but no, I think mostly B tier for most people there. But let's check out. That's my prediction. I kind of like making the prediction before I go to Metacritic. So 73. Okay, sitting at the good. 80, 80, 79. Okay. The game is the definition of the phrase boomer trap, with layer upon layer of shameless fetch quests and endless of dreadful progression hoops and loops. Yeah, can't really disagree with that. But yeah, I still think it's definitely going to be one that's going to be a bit divisive. Not for me, but I still see why people like it if they do. But let's go retro. Let's throw in Army Men, Sarge's Hero. And I made 2 videos about this one. One of which, well, I don't want to spoil the lead, but I was pretty impressed with the soundtrack. Which one is the 1-hour review? All right, here we go. This is it. No, this is, yeah, Van Halen. Well, spoiler alert. Let's get into it. It was for the Nintendo 64.
Army Men Sarge's Hero 1-hour review. In a world where green soldiers fight tan soldiers, you play as a green soldier tasked with doing missions, and I'm getting shot in the butt. This involves you running around and shooting a bunch of white soldiers. And going to little X's on maps that'll have cutscenes that are pretty impressive, to be honest with you. There's the bad guy right there. He's shooting me.
Yeah.
You see him? I just got hit in the face with a tank rocket and somehow walked that off. Hit me with another, Daddy. What? You think I can... What? He died? Get to the chopper. Come to Papa, baby. Boom! Boom! Yeah! The controls are tank controls, and they feel clunky. So a tank shot this tree and caught it on fire, and now it looks different. That's crazy. What? There's blue! Oh, this camera is rough. So it has save code states, or you can use a memory card to save. I do love that. So I just went through a portal, and now I'm in Blue World, and the soundtrack is Van Halen. No joke. Mission objective, bathroom. It's borderline good, but I'm having fun.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this one, when it came out, was probably looked upon much better because I still had fun with it. Like, it's still a solid... I don't want to choose my words here carefully. It's still fun. Army Men. Sarge's Hero. There it is for the GameCube. No, we're talking about for that N64. We're talking about the real power. And this was a big deal. 46 on the second one. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. And you're like, really? Were there this many of these games? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Apparently there was. Army Men. I gotta go back and try all these out. I can't even find it. Okay. I think we've seen enough here. It's kind of up there with Spy Kids a little bit with me. I imagine there was a lot more shine on this game when it came out. That being said, I think I'm going to put it a little bit lower. Nah, you know what? I think we'll keep those two together, but I don't think it's as good as Spy Kids. And I don't think it's as good as Despot's game. Yeah, we'll put it there. This is such a weird list. All right. Power Wash Simulator. I just watched my son play a little bit of this today. But I got some feels on this game. I got some real feels on this game. Alright, 301 views, 1 subscribe. Awesome. Let's go.
Power Wash Simulator 1-hour review. Ooh, career mode goes 1 or 2 players.
So yeah, you're running a small business where you power wash stuff. I could be washing my car in real life, but instead I'm washing this fake van. You can even switch the nozzles. Yeah, I'm already bored. I don't think this is going to be a game for me. This is the adult equivalent when you used to try and, like, color the entire page. It's insanely tedious. Now I'm cleaning this guy's back.
I really like that analogy as well, and I find it very interesting that my 9-year-old is like, no, this is not for me. Whereas my 6-year-old, who actually does that, they got like this weird little drawing pad that we got for like $20 on Amazon for Christmas one year, that every day when he goes like on the bus, he'll like try and draw on the whole thing, and he just loves this game.
And this is a lot to clean.
I will say the user interface on this is good, and they've done about as good as a job as you could do gamifying power washing.
They very clearly show you what you need to clean and what percentage you have clean. And there's even a button that'll highlight what you need to clean still.
So after 1 hour...
Without that button, my grade would be a whole grade lower. Like, help systems, I think, are just so useful.
I've cleaned 2 things.
Apparently I've unlocked soap as well, but I really don't care to find out how to do that. The designers of this game had one clear vision. And to be frank, they crushed it, but it's just not a game for me. However, if this looks like it might be for you, I think you're going to freaking love it.
Yep, I think that is spot on. And let's see, I'm curious what this one is. I'm going to guess around a 78. Power Wash, not to be confused with Power Wash Hero. Hey, why is Power Wash Simulator not on here? Is it one word? I've been screwing this up the whole time. Oh, it is one word. Yeah, 75. That's about where I expected that. So let's go fix that real quick. Yeah, let me do that. Boom. All right, 75. Yeah, hit 100. Cleaning is so much fun that it is in real life. You wash away all these feelings and feel better. Yeah, so this is, that's where I put it. Did I rate it yet? Yeah, it's, where is it? Yeah. Sorry, I normally try to rate it first. I think for some people this is definitely going to be B tier, but for me it's a C tier. I get why people enjoy it, and I think they did the best job they could about the subject matter, and I think Potioncraft, so yeah, this is where I'm going to put it. I think they did a really fantastic job at a game that's not for me. So I think it's kind of up there with around Infernax, Medieval Dungeon, Potioncraft. I think it's better than these two. Yeah. So there we go. Woo! We got a lot. So let's go to Signalis. Let's go. What do we got? Ooh, getting dehydrated here. Let's go. Slow, creepy walking simulator. Walking sci-fi anime reading simulator. Fans rejoice. Yeah, this one was not.
1 hour review of Signalis.
So you play this lady on like a creepy spaceship.
Oh, there's gonna be lots of puzzles, I bet.
And maybe lots of reading.
Oh, God, so much reading, and crucial reading that you have to know.
And I want you to know, when I'm complaining about reading here, when we get to like some of my favorite games of all time, from this year, there's tons of reading. So I don't necessarily hate reading in a game, but I don't like the reading in this game. I didn't like it.
Oh.
Okay, I've been wandering around for 20 minutes. I got no idea what to do. To the internet we go. All right, we're back on track now.
Oh, I can pick up the tape to put the ID together. Boom, I just taped the key card.
Jiminy Christmas, just a lot of wandering around.
Booyah, I got a suit. Bro, now we're walking in first person.
It's slow, but this is just intriguing as heck.
Ooh, they just hit me with the creepy. It started to freak me out.
Some fantastic music.
Boom, I got a gun.
Okay, shooting is not fun.
After an hour, I can safely say this game is not for me. But if you like slow, creepy games or explore the environment and reading, this one's definitely one you might want to check out.
Yeah, so not quite the D tier with these ones, but somewhere in the C tier, and I think that's right about where I put it. I think it's better made than Research and Destroy. I think I put it around here with Potioncraft. Let's see what everybody else thinks about this one, though. I'm very curious to see how this one is divisive on people. Signalis, yeah, 80. 80. So just not a game for me, but I still think it's well made. All right. Story old as time, or at least a lot in this. Paw Burrow. Oh, golly. Oh, golly. Do we have to talk about Paw Burrow? So, this one. Wait, where's Paw Burrow? Paw Burrow, the feline. So, this one was on Kickstarter. Covered that. 197 views, 1 subscriber. Picture of a baby on the front. Love that. Didn't decide that. YouTube
1 hour
decided.
review of Paw Burrow, the feline virtual browser RPG.
First things first, we're going to make ourselves a cat. You can make him look weird as hell if you want to. And that's the whole demo.
Yep.
Boy, howdy, we're sure having fun now.
That's the whole game. That's the whole demo.
Better back this one on Kickstarter. Do I still need to do this for an hour? Well, that's not working. Yep. Man, this is fun.
This is the whole demo.
Apparently, you'll be able to dress up your cat and make him breathe. They can even role play and cook. Apparently, that's too hard to show off in the demo, Amelia thought.
Final grade is an incomplete and also just a bad taste in my mouth for even putting this at the top of your Kickstarter story. Why don't you learn what an actual demo is? But then again, I'm pretty sure they know.
Yeah. So this one is an incomplete, but it is so far Orbital Cargo Division didn't show me enough, but it was like, all right, I got a gist. Paw Bro was just garbage. Like, I wish there was an incomplete F category, because that would get it. Yeah, just the less said about that, the better. Let's talk about one that I got horribly, terribly wrong. Pac-Man Plus. And what's embarrassing is I've played it now more since then, and the fact that I got it so wrong makes me feel like an absolute idiot. But I'll explain that in a second.
Pac-Man Museum Plus 1 hour review.
So you play as Pac-Man and you're in an arcade and you can play Pac-Man games. So you got the classic Pac-Man 1.
It looks and sounds really good, and I really like the arcade sidebars. Really nice little touch. You can also play a game called Pac-Mania. So this one's Pac-Man, but at like a weird 3D angle. I don't feel like it controls as good as the Pac-Man 1, though. A red pellet? What the hell? Red ghost? What? Bro, Pac-Man can jump in this one? What? The turns didn't feel as responsive as I'd like, but still an interesting look back into history. Pac-Man Battle Royale? What?
4-player split screen, nice.
Bro, I swear it feels like I can't turn sometimes. Doesn't matter which one of these I use. This one seems fun multiplayer, but solo it sucks.
And before you say anything, I did try on other controllers, including a new one that I just got for Christmas. So, no bueno. It's just the controls are, yeah. On some
And
games.
unfortunately, no online multiplayer. Next is Pac-Land, and I have a customer pissing in the corner. I saw you, you son of a bitch. Bruh, what the fudge?
This is a side-scroller and I dig it.
There's also 3 other Pac-Man games. Must try for Pac-Man fans or video game historians. For everybody else, C+.
For everybody else, C+. Yeah, so this one's a really interesting one. I think if you're and here's the worst part. There's actually way more games included. I thought there was only like 7 or 8. And it says it on the box. It says it on the main screen. I don't know what I was thinking. I only tried, I think I had 7 or 8 of them. Adding those 6 extra game, I think, bumps it up from a C+ to a B-. I really do. Well, some of the controls are not as good as I would like them to be. Put it right there. No, because I had more fun with it. I actually did. Some of the games I did enjoy, and I'm excited to explore it more. I'm going to put it right here. Because I actually kind of love it, because none of these are like the games that you're going to think of when you think of Pac-Man. It's a fun journey back into Pac-Man history. I felt like the games were pretty well recreated. I wish they would have tightened the controls on some of them. And actually, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the B tier here. Even below, no, not below Dora Puppy. Still a really cool game, and one that I'm excited to play more. It's still downloaded, but none of the games feel amazing. If you're a historian, I definitely think you're gonna want to try that one out, though. Gaming historian. Anacrusis! Let's get some blind hatred going on here, because right now in my mind I have to say, is Anacrusis an F or is Anacrusis an incomplete? Let's find out what I'm talking about. And then you decide. And then you see the frame image is Apex Legends. That's probably not good.
The Anacrusis 1 hour review.
Error. The current user profile is not enabled for online play. Bro, Apex Legends, you go tell them I'm cool, alright?
Take 2.
Oh, no.
Ooh, do I get to hold down the button? Yay!
We're off to a banging start here.
Take 3.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. And there's no other buttons to hit here. Like, I'm hitting everything. And nothing is getting me to any menus at all. Just
Top notch.
what a piece of crap. And it's just that game. I can join a game of Gunfire Reborn.
I can get sweaty on a game of Apex.
Not bad. Points, baby!
I just had to fill
Take 4.
time.
Nope. Nothing mentioned at all on their website, of course.
And with that, my hour with the Anacrusis is over, and it's an easy F for FU for making me waste 30 gigabytes of my monthly download stuff that I can do. It sucks.
Yeah, this one I'm going to put in the F. I'm debating incomplete or F, because I'm sure there's a game here. I tried this game, I think about 4 or 5 times over, I think it was like a 3 or 4 day span. And it never worked for me, and I eventually said, you know what? Nope. We're going to go, I can't do it. I can't go F. I can't be spiteful. I can't be petty. But damn it, fix your game. Incomplete. But down here with Paw Burrow. That's a tough one. Which one do I hate more? At least with Paw Burrow, I could make different cats. But with the Anacrusis, I did get to play some Apex Legends. It's a tough one. We're going to leave it there. Hello, Neighbor 2 and Anacrusis. Get bent. Anywho, let's continue. Space Lines from the Far Out. Now, this one, I just posted this video today, and this is actually the first... what is it? 1 hour review that I did where I didn't do the review as I was playing it. I actually did it after the fact. And I'd be interested to know what people think about this. If you watch this deep into the video, let me know what you think. If you feel the difference in this one.
Space Lines from the Far Out 1 hour review.
Because I started off playing this cooperatively with my family, and we had a really fun time with it. And then I played it solo, and I shot the 1 hour review as I was playing it solo.
Technically more like 1.5. I played this cooperatively with my family and solo. The gist is you're running a space line in outer space. Really well done tutorial that has you up and running in no time. Starting off, you're going to buy a spaceship. Some will have seats.
By the way, this was me shooting on my PC, so you could definitely see a lot better camera work than before.
Some will have toilets, and this one is great for cooking. Throughout the game, you'll be able to upgrade your ships and also purchase new ships, and it looks like there's a whole bunch. Love the art style. It reminds me of Ape Escape for the PlayStation. The game feels like a mashup of Overcooked and Lovers in a space-time, as you're going to have a lot of different jobs to do on the ship, but not enough people to do it. You also have to figure out which places are going to have power and which aren't, which can be really stressful. So you'll have a destination that you need to go to, but it's going to take you a while to get there. Now, how you're going to make money is by transporting passengers, and passengers will have different needs that they need filled. This includes making them food and doing a little DDR dance game. You also have to keep your eyes open into outer space because there's tons of things to explore, such as banks, asteroids, cleaners, bathrooms.
Now, this is a procedurally generated map, which typically I think is hard to hit. A lot of times those games just feel dead and lifeless to me. This one, though, being in outer space, I didn't mind it at all.
I also feel like I'm barely scratching the surface. Really enjoying it co-op, not so much single player, though.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to keep on my Xbox, play with my family. We had a good time with it. Overcooked and Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. If you liked either of those games, I think you're definitely going to want to try this one out. I put it... Yeah, I think I'm going to put it here at the Pokemon Witch in the Woods, where I have not played it enough to know if it's good or great, but I think either way, I don't see it falling below that, just because we had a lot of fun with this one. Right there. And this one, honestly, I think you could split hairs between Witch in the Woods and Space Times in the Far, whatever the hell the name of it is. I think it's just more which of these style games you enjoy more. But if you liked Overcooked or Lovers in Space Time, check this one out. And let's see what people are saying about it. Space Lines from the Far Out. Nothing. Oh, 5.3. Oh, my. Just true, whatever. Space Lines from the Far Out is an excellent cooperative space sim. Design your transport engine, make as much money as possible. Work solo with friends too, please. That one feels like it's tough fun and filled with madness. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Not everybody's cup of tea, though. All right, what do we got? Tunic. Speaking of not everybody's cup of tea, a lot of people's Game of the Year list potential. I see a lot of people talking about this one. +1 subscriber. Game Rank said it is one of the ones of the year. Did I? Let's see what the subtitle is. I'd rather get bit by a fox.
Tunic 1 hour review.
So you play as a fox and you're wandering around. Now I got a stick so I can whack the blobs. Yeah, come get some, baby. And now I'm dead.
And we're back, and I get to keep my stick.
Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but hey, I can change it from night to day, so that's kind of cool. So I wandered through a fancy door so I could walk all the way through here and wander to another fancy door. Oh, but you can only open this fancy door if you hit the buttons. How fun. Oh no, I think this is the story or something. Okay or no? I've been wandering around aimlessly for the last 10 minutes. I have no clue what to do.
To the internet we go. Why is there a gay test right down there? What?
And we're back to whacking stuff.
Oh, these are respawn points. Jesus, I keep dying.
Bro, this guy's totally gonna murder me.
He
God
did.
dang it.
He
So
did.
45 minutes in, no tutorial, no dialogue, no real story to speak of, no arrow to help you out. No thanks.
Yeah. And this is going to be one where I am definitely bucking the trend here. Before I even let somebody else do it, I did not have fun with this one. I didn't have no fun with it, though, so I feel like I'm in the D tier. Yeah, I feel like this is the spot. This is the spot for, if you would have just given me a help arrow, I think I could have had way more fun with your game. That's my D tier pretty much exclusively. That being said, below Spelunky, I had way high hopes for Spelunky, especially the cooperative nature of it, the roguelike aspect of it. This one, I just didn't have fun. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and like I kept dying over and over and over and over again. D, but this one, I know this one is very highly rated. 85. Yeah. Not for me. Not for me. I mean, yeah. 0. 40. Tunic desperately tries to recreate the magic of classic Legend of Zelda games. It's all too often due to a sole fault. It tries to be handoff and instead leaves the player with no idea of where to go. It wants to have simple combat akin to something like the Zelda, but that approach gets stale incredibly fast. Yeah, so this, me and them, simpatico, everybody else were like, yeah, it's great. And I didn't, yep. Nope, no thanks. Spider Hack! Spider Hack. This is a Spider Hack. Let's talk about Spider Hack. I wish I was platforming. Oh, I remember this now. So this one's doing, little indie title. -1 subscriber. That's the first one we've seen, though. That's going to happen sometimes. It's going to happen. And this is an older game, I do believe. I think this one came out in 2021. I apologize.
Spider Hack 1 hour review.
Shame.
So no real tutorial, but the main menu is where you can crawl around as a spider and like fly around and practice your skills. It's really interesting. So let's do a quick game.
Well, I'm in a game really quick, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
So you play as a little tiny spider who has to go pick up weapons and kill other things. Maybe quick game wasn't the way to go. Let's try a different mode. Ah, yes, wave survival.
So I'm definitely understanding the game a little bit more in wave survival, and I would recommend starting out with that.
And as you complete waves, you get to upgrade. So I've played about 3 games of the wave simulator, and I gotta say, I'm kind of over it. It feels pretty repetitive already. Let's try the Tears of Heck game mode.
Oh, it's more waves of you fighting stuff as a spider. Okay.
Oh, you seem to have lost. The last 30 minutes, yes.
Last shot, Spider Hack. Let's do a versus battle.
Oh, now you're just trying to kill the other person. Okay, got it.
Is this fun?
No, it is not.
What really is disappointing is how much fun, like, the actual controls are, but the game itself, uninstall.
Yeah, this one I just didn't have a good time with. D tier. And that what sucks is I really did enjoy the spider, the spinning the web, the weapons were pretty neat. It has a lot of cool ideas. It just didn't land for me. And I'm gonna put it in the D tier once again. Which one of these was I rather play? At least, yeah, like honestly, when you get to these 4, like nah, honestly, these 5, I could give Spelunky 2 another shot. I think. Let's see where people are rating Spider Heck though. Let's see actually what year this game is. At least 20. Oh no, it was a 2022. I take back my apology. No one has any thoughts on it. The game has endless amounts of replayable fun with a fun yet complex movement mechanic, creative and cool weapons, fun game. Yep, no, I'm disagreeing with that one. But once again, I see what they're doing there. I don't feel like it's a not well-designed game, even though there was a tutorial. The layout. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's just meh. It was a D for me. All right, continuing on. I want to wash the taste out of my mouth, so we're talking about High on Life, the media darling. And my 1 hour review, which is my biggest 1 hour review I do believe that I've done. 25 subscribers, 21,000 views, 96 views in the last 48 hours. Welcome aboard. And that's me covering hot stuff, so that's what I need to be doing. But High on Life, let's go.
High on Life 1 hour review?
What the hell is going on here? We're 15 seconds in and I'm already enjoying the Rick and Morty humor here. This is the funniest tutorial I've ever been in.
This game is really jarring in a good way.
Yeah, I'm about to do coke, okay. And we've got aliens. So you play as a loser in the middle of an alien invasion with talking guns.
And now we're in outer space, loving the graphics and the audio. Fantastic.
Dude, the homeless guy just gave me a bounty hunter suit.
I love the fact I can scan and find out which way I need to go. Super helpful.
I absolutely love this cast of characters.
And now we're on a bounty hunting mission.
He's wearing Crocs! He just murdered a kid! This might be the funniest game I've ever played in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So far, though, I will say the combat is just okay. But now I have a new gun special ability, and they're going to start slowly teaching me all this stuff. Cool.
Oh my god, I love this game so much.
Psychotic knife that doubles as a grappling hook? Yes, please. If you like this sense of humor, you have to try this game. It is fantastic so far.
Yeah, a lot of people's Game of the Year candidates, and this is one that I have not finished. It's one that I like to know that I have the full time to get. So essentially how it's broken down is you're going on bounty hunts. So every time you're going to play it, you're probably just going to want to do a whole bounty hunt because you go to a different world, and the dialogue to me is hilarious, and I'm going to put it right here at the top of the B tier. Kind of like I did with Pokemon right here where I was like, I need to play it more before I can decide. Right now, I immediately think this is great. This is the funniest game I have ever played. I'm about halfway through it, and I'm excited to see the rest of the game. That being said, the humor, if it doesn't hit for you, this is 100% not going to go. But I could see this one bumping up into the A tier. If the momentum continues to go, which it is, like I think I'm like 4 hours in. I think I'm about halfway through, and I am having a heck of a lot of fun with it. I'm laughing every time. So B tier with the potential for A tier, but even if the next 4 hours was amazing, it still I don't think would be my game of the year. And I am going to say my game of the year for the last one. I'm gonna do that just because I don't want to bury the lead. So High on Life, 66. Wow. User score 82. That's telling a very different story here. High on Life is a fantastic experience, but by some technical shortcomings. I haven't seen much of that going on. But still, High on Life, really love this one. And if you like the Rick and Morty style humor, I think you absolutely need to check this one out, but you probably have already knew that. This is by no means an indie game. So let's go. Soccer Story. Now, this is also where I did a different series that I'm thinking about doing, and I want to know what your opinions are on it. If you don't mind in the comments down below, if you ever see this in the future, let me know. So we got the 1 hour review, but then I also did a video titled, where was it? It's like, why I'm uninstalling. So when I get past the 1 hour review, and I like the game enough that I'm going to keep pushing forward, but then eventually I just kind of trail off on the game. So let's see how that one did, though.
Soccer Story 1 hour review. We'll start with the story mode.
So I think the story is this evil guy stole soccer by having a mass shooting at a soccer game or something.
It's weird.
And now soccer is banned. People don't even kick balls. People don't even say balls.
For real.
Hey, we're gardening carrots. Your dad's also missing because, you know, it's an RPG. My dad's missing because he's in prison. And now I'm following a magic flying soccer ball. Really digging the art style on this one. So I'm walking around trying to start a soccer team, and there are so many people to talk to. And of course, everyone wants you to do something
Everyone.
for them.
Find my ticket. I can't get back to the nursing home. I want to start a soccer museum.
Go talk to my brother in the woods about lampposts.
JRPGs are not typically my jam, but there is one that's going to be that I buck the trend. We'll talk about in a little bit.
Digging the in-game menu screens. This old guy at the edge of the woods wants me to go investigate a secret tree hole. Not falling for that one again. So after an hour, I'm not in love, but I am in like. I barely feel like I'm even scratching the surface, and it seems like it's going to be a funny story.
All right, so that was my impression after 1 hour, and you'd be led to believe like, oh, he enjoyed the game, he liked the game, which is why I like this series. But let's see how it's doing. 331, so not bad. Not bad, no new subscribers, but then again, I don't think this is a very popular game.
Why I'm uninstalling Soccer Story.
Too many annoying mini-games that if you fail, you have to redo, and if you figure them out, are just super simple.
I'm just tapping A.
Hey, look, I'm literally just running, following arrows.
A lot.
This is so much fun. Oh, nope, I almost missed the arrow. I remember doing this back in 1994 and feeling like hot diggity dog. What a fun time. Right this way. Oh no, I failed. Goody though, I get to try again because you're not brave enough to actually give me repercussions in your game. And of course, when I fail, I now have to walk all the way back to you
So
because
much
you
walking.
can't just auto-teleport me back. Which brings me to my next point. There's way too much walking, and there's no real help system. Like, there's a map, which is nice, and there's a quest screen, which is nice. But they're not interweaved.
Mush
Which
'em!
means all the fetch quests that you're going to perform, and there's a lot. You're just going to have no clue where you're going for the most part. And I don't know. I'm too old for that shit.
I do like this series. It's just honestly, when I decide to give up on a game, I just don't even want to talk about it. I don't even make the investment to shoot this video. D tier for me. And it's interesting. Everything else in the D tier so far has been, yeah. Spelunky 2, Tunic, I think are still well-made games. Soccer Story, I don't think so. So we're going to put it, yeah, right there. Yeah, Soccer Story right there. Let's see what everybody else thinks about this one. I'm curious. Is it just me? Oh, 56. Yeah, people are not, 67. Okay, 56, 67, so not generally well-beloved. So right about where I'm at, around a D. Yeah. And I'm not a JRPG fan, so I'm already pre-inclined probably not to dig that one. But let's get to let's do this one. Return to Monkey Island. This one I want to play more. I really do. But when I say that, but yet I don't play it, that tells me a lot about a game, but we're bearing the lead here. Let's get into this one.
1 hour review of Return to Monkey Island. The scrapbook is a great interactive story that teaches you all about the history of these characters. Casual mode, thank you. Spectacular graphics. Great tutorial, and I'm loving the sense of humor already. Blown away by this voice acting, too. The music and sound effects are fantastic also. So it's a point-and-click adventure with tons to explore and interact with. A really easy-to-use fast travel system. The story interweaves from present time, where you're talking with your kid, to past time, where you're actually living the adventure, and it's really well done. There's also a fantastically done hint system, which I really appreciate. It's doing an amazing job of creating this world that I just feel like I'm exploring and living in. And there's such a diverse cast of characters. I love that you can
Watching this makes me want to go back and revisit it.
save whenever you want, and it saves you at exactly your spot in the game, not at the beginning of the level. All these small details add up to a game that I can't wait to explore more, and after my first hour, I am blown away by this game. I highly recommend you check this one out.
And I've visited a couple more times since then, and I still want to play it, because I like a lot about it. I like the hint system, I like the story, I like the art, I like everything, which immediately means we're in the C tier. I think I'm putting it up here with the Witch in the Deep Woods and the Pokemon and the space where I just... Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about other games that I feel like just crush this story-wise. That provide... And so it just... I can't go higher than the C tier for me. Even though it does have potential, I think, to go B tier. Absolutely. I want to play it more. I'll give it some respect. I'll put it above Spy Kid, 3D Game Over. And actually, yeah, I'll put it above that. I'm more excited to play this than I am to set. So Return to Monkey Island. Let's see what the Metacritic is saying. And once again, I deleted it like a noob. Yeah, but just when I say I love a game, but then I don't come back to it, it speaks a lot to me. Because, I mean, should I want to go back to it? What's the name of the dang game again? It's Return to Monkey Island. And the reason why I say that, I want to get it very specific, because there's a lot of Monkey Island games. And the tutorial tells you about so much. 85, 86, 85, 86. Yeah, people are really digging this. And like I said, I think it has the potential to be great. It's just the story didn't engross me as much as I wanted it to. Like games like Pentiment and games like High on Life even. And that one's not necessarily mostly about the story, but just about the humor and Citizen Sleeper and all these other games that try and tell me like a great story, and I can't get back to Return to Monkey Island. So I'm going to put it there. It's still on my Xbox. I still do want to finish it, but I feel like there's other games that have done point and click better in 2022. Some of which we're about to talk about. Let's get a big one. Let's get a big old A tier. We're just going to throw this one right up there, and we're going to have a discussion on whether Welcome to Beacon Pines or Penniman is coming up higher. Because Beacon Pines, Be Still My Beating Heart. I love talking about Beacon Pines. All right. So, Beacon Pines, 410 views, 2 subscribers. Welcome aboard. Let's get into it. And I need to actually... Well, this one I don't have the 10-hour review yet. Because while I have finished it, asterisk, I want to explore it more, which is always a good thing. But let's get into it.
Beacon Pines, 1 hour review.
I love it.
So he plays like a deer dude whose dad is dead and his mom's missing. And even worse, he's about to enter middle school.
So gameplay alternates between a narrated story and you walking around the 3D world exploring things. So you find these different charms around the environment, and then you can use them to choose your own adventure. Ooh, you can even go back in time and make different decisions. I like it. So you live in a small town where everybody seems to know each other. So Deer Kid plans on solving the mystery of where his mom went. The world they're weaving, the sound, the narrating, everything's fantastic. Lots of reading in this one.
I feel like we're in for a good sci-fi story, and I've chuckled about 3 times already.
All right, pretty massive plot twist, like it. Oh, that's because I'm dead. Now I can go back and revisit the past. This is so cool. It almost feels like Stranger Things with woodland creatures, and I'm kind of in love. Think more PG-13 than rated R, though. After an hour, I can't wait to play this more. It makes me feel like a kid again. It's one of my Game of the Year candidates, and I can't wait to show it to my 9-year-old.
Everything I said there I agree with completely, but the only question is, do I like it better or worse than Pentiment? Here's the thing. I finished Pentiment, and I was done. It was good. Like, all right, I squeezed the juice out of it. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to put Welcome to Beacon Pines above it. What it does, and my 9-year-old was smashing this earlier today, actually, and I was just so overjoyed to, like, watch his reaction to it, because it does. It feels like Stranger Things, but PG-13 with woodland creatures. It has amazing dialogue, and I'll give this one an award, because I plan on doing, like, an award video pretty soon. The best narration in any game that I've played in 2022, and honestly probably ever, is in Beacon Pines. The lady who does the narrating in this does an amazing job. Now, that being said, there's still a lot of reading in this. It's not going to be for everybody. And the choose-your-own-adventure aspect of it, much like Pentiment, feels a bit phony. And what I mean by that is, you don't have access to all the different things to choose. You have to go explore other storylines and other branches of this tree that you create in order to unlock more potential. And so it has you it feels like it's choose your own adventure, but at the end of the day, it's kind of linear risk. But as you go through these different stories, you start to really get to know these characters and see them from different perspectives and what happens in different situations. And I legitimately enjoyed every single moment of this game. It is amazing. And it is one that I think is going to go under a lot of people's radar. But if you have kids age 9 to 13, or if you just want to feel like a kid again, go get Beacon Pines. It feels goosebumpsy. It's just, I can't say enough about it. I love Beacon Pines. And I expect to see a 10-hour review or whatever this soon, because, like I said, I finished it, and I've gotten tons of bad endings. I'm starting to get to the good endings, but I want to see more of the good endings. I want to know more about this world. Beautifully done game. Just, I cannot wait to see what this indie publisher does. And Beacon Pines, check this one out. Whew, love that one. Ghost Lore. This one I think is going to get a lot more love when it goes from just being on the PC to also being on Xbox Game Pass, which I imagine will probably happen. Right now, 50 reviews, nobody cares about this, despite the fact I'm pretty sure this is a newer game. Oh, but let's go Beacon Pines. Let's see what Metacritic is. Am I just drinking too much of the Kool-Aid? Beacon Pines, 85. So it's on 83 on Switch, whatevs. So we got some 95s, some 90s, some 85s. Yeah, I feel like most people are going to see. Beacon Pines is a cozy and fun game with perfect comic-style graphics and an addicting story. The perfect adventure for those who like dumb atmospheres but don't like to get too scared. Well, then why are you giving it a 70? It's a cozy... Like... the game is terrible. The gameplay is so bad and the soundtrack is very annoying. I disagree. It is very light. It's very fun and fancy 3. I love it, but we're talking about Ghost Lore.
Ghost Lore, 1 hour review. Up to 4-player local co-op. Really appreciate that. So you're dropped into the world and it's on fire. And there's zombies. I mean, Jing Shi. You can level up. The select screen, which features powers and inventory, is nice, but I wish it held your hand a little bit more. It feels very Diablo-esque, but I'm really digging the combat. And save whenever you want, even in combat. Love that. Story-wise, you just became the lead ghost hunter in town. You go to different locations and they're randomly generated maps. Core gameplay loop is to walk around, kill stuff, and do a lot of gardening. Look at all those veggies. You also collect glyphs that you can equip that'll make you stronger in different ways. And of course, you try and get the hot loot. It's a golden spear! Really wishing it had an arrow to help me where to go, though. Ooh, it's got a Tetris-y aspects with the more powerful glyphs. In lieu of the arrow, they have this map enlargement system. I actually kind of like it. It shows you where you haven't uncovered yet.
I really like that a lot.
6 different classes, too. I got a kitty! After an hour, I'm really digging this, and I can't wait to try it out co-op with my kids.
Yeah, I've gotten a little bit more on this with my son. We had a good time with it. I'm going to put it right up there with that Pokemon and the Witch in the Woods, Space Lines of the Far Out. Games that I think have the potential to be great, but at the bare minimum, they're going to be good. I really enjoyed it. I believe it's got randomly generated maps. So the maps are like, yeah. But I love the way that they, instead of having a yellow arrow, the arrow to tell you where to go, they have the map system. Cooperative Nation is really fun, and I'm going to put this one... It's on PC. It's not on Xbox. I think if this were on Xbox, it would be much... Yeah, I'm going to go right there. Go right there. Ghost Lore. I think when this one gets to Xbox, people are really going to start paying more attention to it. I think as a PC release, you're just a lot less likely to get that 4-player, at the computer. I think most people are experience, which is why I think consoles where this one's really going to hit its stride. But I think it's a really cool game. That being said, I still needed to see more of the story. So, put it in the C range. I don't think it's going to fall below a C, but I think it could have the potential to jump into the Bs. Woo! We're going. We are going, Mike. There's a lot of games. A lot of games. We have 16 remaining. Turbo Golf Racing. Let's go. Turbo Golf Racing. 1 new subscriber, 140 views. Welcome aboard. Oh, yeah, let's check on Ghost Lore. I'm actually really curious to see what people are thinking about Ghost Lore on Metacritic. PC. Oh, it's early access. Okay, so nobody's got any thoughts on it at all. Okay. I have thoughts. I just exited out of Metacritic again. Dang it. Let's get into this one.
Turbo Golf Racing 1 hour review. This music is absolutely bumping. Okay, so it's golf, but you use your car to hit the bullet. The controls feel very tight. I like them. All right, the tutorial was short and sweet, and now we're into the meat and potatoes. So I guess we'll start with a time trial. Okay, just speed ran the tutorial again. Let's try out Urban. And this is all about trying to beat other people's high score. It's a speedrunners type of game. So there's a whole bunch of different holes pretty much on these golf courses, and you're trying to race through them as fast as you can to get the ball into the hole. You can also do stuff like jumping and gliding. It looks like there's special abilities too, like this left bumper sends the ball straight to me. But then I gotta wait for it to recharge. There's also like sand traps that'll slow you down, and like speed spikes that'll make you go faster, and lightning bolts you can get, and I don't even know what they do. So this is a good game. It is by no means my style of game though, so I'm definitely gonna uninstall this, but I am gonna try out the online first. Like Rocket League, Lucia Ball, not for me. So multiplayer was fun. You play against 2 other people over 3 courses, and I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy this, but it's not a game for me.
Yeah. So we're not D tier here. We're definitely cruising in the C tier in the not for me, but I still think it's well made category, which once again, we're up here with Infernax, Power Wash Simulator. Which one did I have more fun with? I think I had more fun with Turbo Golf Racing. I think I had more fun. Yeah, we'll put it right in here. I'll slide it right in there. Let's see what people think about this one on the Metacritic. Turbo Golf Racing. I think this one might be early access as well. Man, that's so weird. So there's no opinions on it at all. I guess because the opinions are going to change. All right. Continuing on, we got a throwback. Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. Now, this one is for the not the N64. This is for the Xbox 360. Because I like to throw in some weird ones. See where they still scale. It's a weird main image.
Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena 1 hour review. That's how we start a game.
It does.
So
Great
there's this
presentation.
full game and an original Xbox game on here. We're checking out the new one. So you start off as Vin Diesel and you gotta escape this beach. Really appreciate the optional help system. It's a pretty good looking first person stealth game. So I just killed the drone and then picked up his dead body, used it as a shield, and
I use the word stealth lightly. There's if you're hoping for only stealth, you will be disappointed. It jumps around, but it's still a lot of
used
fun
his
for
gun
what
to
I've
kill
done.
people. That's pretty awesome. Did I say stealth? It's a first-person shooter. Bah, 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 bah. And now we're in outer space. Not quite sure how that happened, but we're off the beach. Great tutorial. I feel ready to play. Okay, it definitely looks like it's leaning more towards stealth, but this is cool. So they just announced over the intercom that since I didn't hide a body, they raised the security level. I love the presentation in the game. The sound design and music is really great, too. It adds a lot of tension.
Really impressed with the voice acting, too.
So the gist of the story is I broke onto a ship and now I'm gonna murder everybody on it. And I've got night vision goggles and they don't, haha. It's fun playing in the dark. After an hour, I'm really digging this one. Worth your time.
Couple hours into this one, still pretty much the same opinion. I think it still holds up. I wouldn't go good, but I'd go great. I imagine when this came out, most people probably bumped it into the great category. Where do we put it up here, though? I definitely don't think it's better than a lot of these ones. Yeah, I think Slime. Flight Simulator is such a weird one. We're going to go with that one. You know, and this, no, we're going to go down here. We're going to go with good with the potential to be great. Because once again, there are 2 games on here. My excitement to go back to the game, it's hard. It's hard because it's not great. It's a little bit like Sarge's Hero. But it's better than Sarge's Hero. It's definitely better than Sarge's Hero. I think it's better than Spy Kids 3D. So we're going to pump it right there. A lot of retro stuff here. So these are, once again, 3 titles that I think back in the day, probably in the great category. But let's check it out. Does Metacritic go back that far? Chronicles of Riddick. Where is it? Assault. So yeah, great. PC, Xbox. So this is the Xbox 360. Yeah, so we're sitting at 82. That's pretty much exactly what I was predicting. I think when this came out, it was in the great category. Now I think it's good. It's but it definitely shows its age. But it's still a contender and a fun game to play. I plan on playing it some more. Apparently the story's pretty short as well, which means I'll be more likely to finish it. All right, Need for Speed Unbound. Now, racing games not typically my jam. But one of the racing games that I'm going to talk about, Buck the Trend. So we got 2 Need for Speed videos. First one's a 1-hour review. The second one is titled. So this one has 3,000, got 2 subscribers. Awesome. This is a 1-hour review. EA Strikes Again. Generally not good.
Need for Speed Unbound 1-hour review.
So I was trying to customize my character, but apparently I need $50 for these sunglasses. We're off to a good start.
Okay, so I just ran someone over with my car at 110 miles an hour, and the person in the car said, well, hell, they were jaywalking. 10 seconds later, the cops show up, and the lady in the car's like, oh, why don't they go after some real criminals? The voice acting is not good. The dialogue is not good. The story seems not good.
Dang, this is actually a pretty impressive map here.
It also looks drop-dead gorgeous.
Unsurprisingly, you're a new up-and-coming street racer with a garbage car.
Getting in races slowly raises your heat level, even though so far the cops have been idiots. So the races are kind of fun, but they're repetitive. I'm about 50 minutes in, and all I've done is gone on 4 races and escort someone, and they've all been very samey. There's also a big world, but it just feels shallow and heartless, as does all the dialogue and characters. I don't care about anybody.
I felt like the characters in this game were all very unlikable, except for maybe the person that like your boss, but like no.
I'm Ubering now in this game, and I am so over this crap. God, I hate you so much.
Yeah, this is a D. This is a D. It's not an F. It's not terrible, but it's just not. It's not good. It's just EA doing EA crap. Soccer story. Yeah, it's right up here with the soccer story, I think. I would rather play this than Soccer Story because at least it's kind of fun to drive. And the other video really is going to highlight. So this one, 517 views, no new subscribers, but this is just an example of what I was talking about with the police.
So the artificial intelligence of the police officers in the new Need for Speed Unbound is lacking. Blatantly blocking traffic for no reason. Is that a problem? No, you're good. Driving right by police officers the wrong way at 112 miles an hour? That's fine.
Cool.
Oh, shoot, there's 2 police officers. Surely they'll have a problem if I ram head-on into this gas station. Let's check it out. Anybody care? Nope, no care. Couldn't be bothered for that.
Just ran through the fence.
Keep on
Number 2.
going.
Nope, no care.
Okay, what about if I just...
Like, it's 2022, and this is a long-running series. EA.
Scrape their car. Anybody care? Okay, that's not
But
cool.
they rammed another car to get to me because I scratched the paint. Whereas when I was going 112...
Jesus Christ, what do you think you're doing? Better escape by, going fast in a straight line. Oh no, they lost me. Whew, that was close. What if I run into a truck right in front of them? You got any issue with this?
Just ram
No
him off
problems?
the
You
road.
cool with this? You cool? You okay if I just drive this? You gonna get through? Okay, he just wants to go. Let's pass this guy at 120 and see if he cares. Nope. In fact, he said I'm a racer and he still doesn't care.
That game sucks. Oh, Need for Speed Underbound, get bent. All right, what do we got next? I think this is Somerville. I think this is... Oh, is it Somerville? Or is it Somerville? Oh, crud. Somerville! Yeah, so the title's cut off of this one. We'll go that one next before I forget the name of it. Like this one. So 266 views. Let's go.
1-hour review of Somerville. The intro feels like a movie and I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm a minute in and it already feels tense just because
so
of the sound
disappointed in
design
this
and
game.
music. Great. So I'm walking around as this toddler late at night investigating. There's lots of weird crap going on. Bro, I haven't seen shadow effects this good since Splinter Cell on the original Xbox. So it's all about searching the environment, looking for things to interact with. And now I'm dead. And now I'm feeding the dog. And now aliens are invading. Really wishing there was some sort of arrow for us dummies. The sounds and visuals of this are just fantastic.
This is why we need to pay our insurance on time, Denise!
Like, for real, dude, you can't push those boards? Ooh, I got superpowers now. Things are getting weird and I like it.
And now we have a man and his dog story.
Like, for real, this feels straight out of a movie. So they absolutely crushed the feel of what it'd be like after an alien invasion, but I gotta say, I'm really annoyed by the lack of an easy mode or arrows.
Ah, crap, I'm stuck in this bush. Restart from checkpoint.
Let me like you, game.
No. Yeah. This one's in the D tier. Just, I wanted to like it. High D tier, though. Let's be respectful. It's up here with Spelunky and Tunic, where it's like, yeah, it could have been a pretender. But no. And I don't think this one's as highly rated as, like, Tunic. Let's check it out, though. It's just, why not? Why not have an arrow? Why not have something that's going to... Oh, 68. Yikes. So people agree with me. An important addition to our gaming diet. It's not worried about pushing boundaries in terms of narrative structure or story and never wants to guide the player too much. Yeah, it was a really interesting idea, and it's going to really hit with some people, but then some people just not. And yeah, it's for the people who did Limbo, which I do remember enjoying a good deal way back in the day. So, D tier, unfortunately. What do we got next? Let's go flop. No, let's go one that I don't need to think too much about. This one, Gunfire Reborn. Yes, let's do Gunfire Reborn. Gunfire Reborn, roguelite, 1 hour, and I've actually played probably about 10 hours of this one now, so I'm gonna have a pretty good opinion on it. Let's go.
1 hour review of Gunfire Reborn, which oddly enough doesn't have a start screen. It just throws you into the main game. So this is a really odd first-person shooter where each level is broken up into like 5 stages, and each stage is really tiny, like bite-sized.
And at the end of every stage, there's going to be a big monster you'll have to face off against.
Now you can hold 3 weapons, and along the way you'll find new weapons. It feels very Borderlands-esque.
Now there's 2 main forms of currency in the game. First, you're going to have coins.
Coins can be used as peddlers, who allow you to purchase things, and craftsmen, who will let you upgrade your weapons. You'll also find upgrades along the way, which will allow you to make your hero more powerful. The other form of currency are these green blobs right here, which you'll use to revive yourself.
And if you can't afford to revive yourself, well, then you're dead.
Your permanent character gets a little bit better, and then you're kicked back to the main screen where you can once again do the same thing. I'm gonna guess rolling in a squad of 4 and getting multiplayer is where this is at, though.
That being said, I'm having a good time as a solo, and the gunplay is really fun.
I feel like I've barely scratched the surface on this one. I'm excited to try more.
Yeah, I think about 9-10 hours in, and I still feel that way. I still feel like there's so much more for me to explore this. I love playing it by myself, and I know I got like 20-30 minutes to play. It's difficult, it's roguelite, it's fun, and I'm going to put it up here with like High on Life in the... I don't see it leaving the B category no matter what, but I think it has the potential to be an A. You know what? No. The amount of fun that I've had playing this with my 9-year-old cooperatively and enjoying it myself, but I haven't got to enough. There's still way more characters I need to get to. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it in the B. I want... A is the elite of the elite, and Gunfire Reborn I think has a chance to be there, but it's just not yet. I need to see more of it, so I'm going to put it up there with High on Life. I'm not going to put it as High on Life because, once again, High on Life is it's the funniest game I've ever played in my life, so that definitely has to count for something because I love to feel emotions. But this one, I love playing it with my kid. I really do, and I enjoy playing it by myself, too. So that's something to say there with Gunfire Reborn. Now let's see what everybody else is saying about Gunfire Reborn. I'm going to guess 80. I'm going to guess 80. 75, okay, not too far off. 82, 80, 80... I would say what people don't like. A roguelike FPS, Gunfire Reborn takes good and bad for both genres, making for somewhat frustrating and inconsistent, though intermittently fun experience. The procedurally generated maps, the maps can be but I like everything else around enough that I'm putting it in the B tier. Now, the only one that you're going to see that I don't have a video on is Turtle Shredder's Revenge, just because I played this one completely with my family, cooperative. We had a good deal of fun with it. It's too short. In my personal opinion, I hope they add more to it, but I still think it's definitely in the good... No, I think it's in the great category. I think for what it does, I think it is great. It tried... And here's the other thing. Much like, like Riddick and Army Men Sergeant Zero, I think if they had, back in when they were released, were a bump level up, I think if this were released back in the day, it would undoubtedly be an A tier. Like, I think this would be a lot of people's Game of the Year type of thing. And I know some people are even talking about it now. I think it's a little bit too much nostalgia. It goes up to 6 players. It's a beat-em-up. It's Ninja Turtles. If you played any of the originals for the Sega Genesis or the not the NES ones necessarily, but like the Super Nintendo, I think you're going to fit this one like a glove. I have a lot of fun with them. I'm going to put it above Overwatch 2. I had a blast with my kids. No, I can't put it above Overwatch 2, because as much as I love... Overwatch 1, A tier. Overwatch 2, B tier, and this is not up there. But I'll put it right there. You just have to know that you're going to squeeze out all the orange juice pretty fast on this one. And that's fine. That's fine. Let's see what everybody else is talking about. Shredder's Revenge. I know this one's pretty highly rated. It did a great job. Yeah, 85, 87, 87. So I'm a little bit low on this one. No, but I'm in the 80s. I'm there. I'm right around. I feel like that's about where that would be, you know? So not bucking the trend here. Let's keep going on. We're finally getting to the bottom of it. What do we got? We got 10 left. Trek to Yomi. Yeah, let's go. Trek to Yomi. 1 hour review. December 4th. And since then it's got 127 views, nobody cares. Like a Reese's peanut butter cup filled with leftover lasagna. Okay.
Trek to Yomi, 1 hour review. It feels like a 1950s kung fu movie. It's a very interesting presentation. These visuals are absolutely gorgeous, even though I don't like the style. Unfortunately, I can't interact with anything. I imagine I'm just running somewhere so I can go whack a bunch of crab. This game is a delight to the ears. It really sounds like I'm walking through this village. I also really appreciate the fact that they let me know what I need to interact with. Which in this case is this Green Bay Packers fan over here. Everything is subtitled, so expect lots of reading in this one. Story-wise, bandits are coming to murder us all. And apparently 8-year-old me is the only one out here to come fight them. What? We're in a movie theater watching the game, which is a movie. This is meta. We're gonna murder a lot of people in this game. The level designs are fantastic and varied. I love them. Unfortunately, though, the combat doesn't feel like anything special. The combat also feels pretty repetitive. But for me personally, the nail in the coffin is the story, which is just garbage. If I gave it an award for style over substance, this would win, which is really disappointing. Easy uninstall.
Yeah. This one could have been a contender. I'm going D tier, easy D tier. Not top of the D tier. I think I put it below Spelunky. Like, if it just wasn't fun, you know. Let's see what everybody else thinks. But I'm firmly in the D tier. Trek to Yomi 71. So people right above the D tier, at least in my mind. You know, once we start getting to the 60s, that'd be the D where it's like, meh. Some people absolutely love it. Some people not. I imagine if you like the combat, you're going to love this game. But that ain't me, fam. Trek to Yomi, very big disappointment, especially with how good the sound and everything else was. Let's talk about Floppy Nights. Floppy Nights, and this one I do not think is getting nearly enough love, and I need to play it more. I already know exactly where this was going to go on my tier system, too, because it's tale as old as time.
Floppy Nights 1 hour review. So it's a card battler, but you're also going to have a board where you're maneuvering units, and there's an action point system.
Really good.
In between battles, there's a story about how you're kind of a loser and you're going to make your way in the world. At the big science tournament. Oh, and apparently your mom does fire magic. And as you win battles, you win more cards. I think the best word to describe the humor and story is quirky. And we have deck construction. Booyah! When you lose a battle, no biggie, you just restart back at the beginning of the battle. This is not easy either. Ooh, and you can spend coins here to craft cards for your decks. And of course you have a sworn enemy entering the science fair. Really digging the upbeat music too. Ooh, I just got introduced to my first map with an alternate win condition. So for this map, I can either kill everything or I can hold an objective for 2 turns. 1 hour, I've completed 1 level, and I'm really digging this one. Both the card gameplay, but also the quirky story, and I'm interested to see where it goes, as apparently there's a volcano that has canceled the science fair. If you like card battlers, I think this is a great one to check out. I also barely feel like I've scratched the surface.
Always a good feeling. I've visited it one more time since then. This one is a little bit like that Monkey Island, where it's like, I know I like it, I know I enjoy it, there's other stuff I enjoy more than I get to, because it's like I sit there like when I have to do a 1 hour review, it's like whatever, I do it and I get it done with. But then after that, it's like, all right, do I want to play Apex Legends because that's my comfort game, or do I want to put some more chunks of time, a 30-minute, an hour block into another one of these games, so I'm going to be able to see if it's a game for me. And Floppy Nights, I think, is top of the C tier with the potential to get into the B tier. No, I don't think so. I think I don't know. I don't think it can enter the A tier, honestly. But I think I put it up here with the Pokemon, the Space Lines Far Out, the Return to Monkey Islands as game that I'm excited to get back to the table. Yeah, I'll put it right next to Return to Monkey Island, honestly. I think it's a very well-made game. I think it could be very great. I don't think it's ever going to be one of my favorite games of all time in the A tier. Like, these are games that I'm going to talk about for years and years to come. But still, a great game nonetheless. And let's see what people are saying about this one. I think this is probably going to be about a 78. That's my guess. Floppy Nights, 83. Yep. Oh, it's at so PC, 83. Xbox, 69. That's a 14-pointer. 95, 80, 80, 75. Let's see what people like. If this were a physical card game, we suspect to be the kind of people who buy booster packs for solely to admire the art within and never to play with. I actually really enjoyed the gameplay. You're a fan of Slate-inspired Dicey Dungeons, it could be worse than Floppy Nights. It's got an interesting gameplay, and so far it seems fairly deep in terms of different deck builds and scenarios. Yeah. This is one of those games that if it was portable, I definitely think, like, I would love to see this game on, like, the Nintendo DS. It's just, when I sit down in front of my big, 50-whatever-inch TV, the one I bought on Black Friday that I love, this isn't the kind of game that I think I normally gravitate towards. It'd be like if Marvel Snap was only on my Xbox, I think it'd probably be down here in the BC tier, probably about where I'm going to put this one. So let's give this one a rating. Where was it? Did I already do it? I think I already did it, yeah. Right next to Return to Monkey Island. Definitely one to check out, though, especially if you like card battlers. Final 8. Opus. Get prepared to see how dumb I am. Oh, and I did a why I uninstalled as well, because that's a series that I do want to get to. Actually, did I need one for this one? I don't think I did. I don't think I even got past the first hour. Let's find out. It's got 45 views, too. Nobody cares.
Opus, Echo of Star Song, 1 hour review.
So you start in outer space, and then you get onto a planet, and now you're walking as an old man. Very slowly. It's super, super slow.
And now we go back in time to see how that old man got there. So the story centers around Lumen, which is kind of like a new gold rush.
It's a text-based adventure, and I'm about to tell my dude to beat up this squirrel.
Ooh, I get to pick where I go.
I'm gonna go to the
Didn't get to punch the squirrel.
bazaar and pick up chicks. I hope the game will let me do that.
You don't even get to go there, you just read a paragraph.
Okay, so the game clearly wants me to go there, so I'm gonna try and go somewhere else.
Boom, let's go to a star. And I'm graded with, aren't we supposed to go help those people, sir?
Yeah, it's given me the exact same thing that I hated about Gilded Hearts, where it's like, hey, it looks like you got you don't actually have choices. You got to do it this way, which.
Cool. Holy crap, there's actually some gameplay here. I definitely feel like these interactive scenes make the game a lot more engaging. How the hell is this ladder more efficient? So these pipes are filled with music, and you can fill your magic wands with music to open doors or something.
I've been stuck on this puzzle for 5 minutes, and I'm serious. You can't press any buttons to get out. What the hell?
Whatever, I didn't care about the story, and I couldn't even punch the squirrel.
Yeah, I did, as you'll see in the next video, randomly just kind of figure out how to get out of there, but it's just, no. Is it D or F? Ooh, this is a tough one. I want to watch that other video before I decide on the D or F range. So this is why I installed. What if I pick the game up with my foot again? There's a shirtless guy. Hey.
Gather round, children, as I tell you the exact moment that I uninstalled Opus, Echo of Full Bloom, or whatever the hell it's called. So I was trying to escape a pirate base. Very exciting in this text adventure mixed with puzzles. But then I got to this puzzle right here, where I have to move these lines in order to make this song so I can open a door. It's weird. It's a JRPG. But you're like, okay, cool. And it says, no, you can't do that. And I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this puzzle, though. What do I do? Me no smart. You know, I bet I'll just hit the B button and that'll take me out. Okay, that doesn't work. Well, can I hit the bumpers, the triggers? Like, how do I get out of this screen? Okay, I'll just hit start. Just hit start. Took a screenshot. Stupidest button ever. Can't get out. Okay. What about if I hit the select button? No, you literally can't get out of the screen no matter what?
Okay, somehow I figured out how to do it. I don't know what I did.
I had been stuck there for like 10 minutes, though. So long that I decided to make this video.
Yeah, the story wasn't doing it for me anyway, so uninstalled.
Yeah, I didn't have fun with the story. I didn't have fun. Like, I do think there was some interesting design here. I think F is too harsh. I think we're up to D. But, yeah, like, go song D. Just, no. I have no desire to go back. I do think this one's going to be highly rated. I'm going to go 70. I think I'm going to go 70. I think this is probably a 70er. 90! Wow, it came out in 2017. Whoa. In 5 years, you couldn't give me a health error? Collection of brilliant puzzles that I wanted to endlessly play and resolve suddenly encouraged my creativity as I hunt for better solutions. Yeah, I couldn't find them because I'm a dum-dum, and they decided not to make any way to help dum-dums, and that's just not cool. Yeah, there's already a category for that. That's the Hello Neighbor 2 Scorn Opus area. And I enjoyed it more than I did Scorn. I'll say that. Yeah, there you go. Alright, Chained Echoes. Another JRPG, which makes you think, oh, you probably hated that one. Well, as I mentioned earlier, there was one that I kind of didn't hate. And this one, 2 subscribers, 170 views. Welcome aboard, and let's get into it. My son's also playing this one now, too.
Chained Echoes, 1 hour review. So you play as Glenn, who's apparently going on a suicide mission. I really appreciate the little ways they let me know I need to interact with people. So Glenn is a mech pilot. Booyah.
Oh, the story is not captivating me.
But there's humor, and it's hitting for me. It's a weird combination. And now we got some good old-fashioned turn-based combat. But now we're on foot. We're navigating through a battlefield with more turn-based combat. So I was talking to this guy earlier. I had a conversation with him. I had a decision to make, and because I made a certain decision, he's alive. And he's going to join my squad.
So I blew up a stone and it caused a nuke to go off and killed 10,000 people, and now we have peace.
What?
Yeah, it was like, you jumped the shark there a little bit. Like, not in a bad way. It actually kept me engaged. I wasn't bored.
1 year later. Ooh, character progression.
I don't care about the story so much it hurts.
Yeah, this one.
But there's lots of people to interact with, and I enjoy exploring the world.
Random encounters. You love them or you hate them. This feels like a game I'd enjoy a lot more if I was playing it on the Nintendo DS.
But luckily, since I can play it on xCloud, I'm thinking I'm going to try it on my phone. I'm not a JRPG fan, but I'm still digging this one.
Yeah, that's where I am on this one. I don't know what it is about it. I was digging it. I know this one's very highly rated, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it would ever enter A tier, but I don't think it would go below C tier, because honestly, the fact that I'm digging a JRPG means a lot to me. The last time I really sunk my teeth into a JRPG was Golden Sun, way back for the Game Boy Advance. And so I put this here as one that I'm excited to return more to. My sons are also really enjoying it, which means I'm going to be much more likely to get into it. And I have gotten into it more than I have Monkey Island. And more than I've gotten into Floppy Nights, so I think that says something. So I'll put it right here, top of the C tier. It's got its own separate little section. Chained Echoes, I know this one, I think is most people has it like A tier or B tier. Chained, yeah, 93, 88 people are absolutely digging this one. Once again, JRPG is not my thing, but this one's a special. This one's a special one. I can feel it. That's why it's top of my C tier. All right, whew, final 6. One of which is my game of the year, which means I need to save up my breath. Shockingly, it is not Sonic Boom, Rise of the Lyric. I know, you're shocked for the Wii U. But, there's one. 5 new subscribers, 1.4 thousand views. What's up, Retro Gaming? Let's go.
Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, 1 hour review.
Ooh, I can connect it with my Nintendo 3DS. Which I don't have because I'm a loser. Well, you start and Sonic just died. And now we're at yesterday and we see how it happened. Bro, this feels like a cell phone game. And now it's a crappy beat 'em up. What the hell is this?
Not a great first impression.
So the camera's pretty clunky, but now we're in like this linear world collecting coins, and I imagine we're gonna beat people up. It feels like they tried to really bring Sonic into 3D, and I kind of appreciate it. Yeah, this is a 3D platformer that's a collectathon. I can't figure out how to press this dang button.
To the internet we go! So I enjoy the 2D side-scrolling as well, and I get what they're doing. It feels like a natural evolution of Sonic. It actually feels very puzzly as you're moving the environment and destroying it.
So there's 4 different characters, and they each play differently. I like it. So the story is very Sonic-y. But let's be honest, you're here for the gameplay. There's actually some humor here, too. Yeah, these beat-em-up sections ain't it, though. Now I got a lasso. The controls are rough, but after an hour, I'm having fun with this one.
Yeah, both my kids have played this since then. I've played it a little bit more. It's really lowly rated, and I don't get the hate, to be honest with you. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's good. And I honestly kind of impressed. I put it right up here, I think, with Army Men Sergeant's Heroes. Not quite up to Chronicles of Riddick, where I definitely think it is good. But it's like, this is like, it's right there. Like, it has the potential to be good. I think if they would have made a couple different design choices, it could have been good to great. But this one I know just absolutely gets, like, lambasted, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 32. I don't feel like that's right. It's not deserving of some of the vitriol it receives, as it's not the worst game ever. It's not. But it's just so painfully average in so many ways that it may actually be worse by not being a worse game. I think if you're a kid, you're going to enjoy this one. I think they tried to really bring Sonic into a 3D world, and sometimes they did it well, and then sometimes it feels like a Temple Run clone, and then sometimes it's a crappy beat-em-up, and the beat-em-up sections are not good. The Temple... What could have been? I'm still putting in the C tier. I still have fun with it. I like the fact you can switch between the different characters, and I'm going to keep playing it until it gets frustrating, which right now it's not. So middle of the C tier, I definitely disagree with the crowd on this one, but by the time I get to the end, who knows? It could go down. Well, yeah. All right. Whew. Hey, what's up, Nintendo God? Let's talk Taito no Tatsuken. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I can find this one. Tatsuken, yeah. So what the heck is this one? This is the rhythm game. 74 views. Not much interest in this one. Let's go.
Taiko no Tatsujin, the Drum Master, 1 hour review.
Based on an arcade game.
This tutorial's screaming at me.
So no story, but it is a music game, so I don't really care.
Legit, the tutorial lasts about 13 seconds.
And it feels like a slightly dumbed-down Guitar Hero. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a certain bar you're trying to fill up to clear levels. Yay.
Ooh, 2-player local split screen, do love that.
Oh, the music section is abysmal unless you like anime. There's 5 pop songs. Feel like they knew exactly where to put these 2 songs.
There's only 2
honestly,
songs
the
I
rest
cared
of
about.
everything is, yeah. 5 songs from Namco games. 14 songs from game music. 6 classical songs. 3 variety, which sound kind of anime. 6 whatever the hell Vocaloid music is. And 16 anime. Boom, perfect, baby. So you earn these coins. So you spend the coins in the marketplace on cosmetics, or there's 5 songs that are available today. So it's fun enough, it's got rank, but honestly the music selection is a killer for me. But if you like anime, maybe check this out.
Yeah, this one, if it was all songs that I knew and love, I think this would be a C tier. So I think that's where I put it. I think I'll put it bottom of the C tier. Definitely better than Paw Patrol. It's okay. It's firmly okay. I don't think it's going to wow. Like, if you really like anime music, I think you might enjoy this one. But I can imagine this one's probably about a 68. I'm going to guess Taiko Drum Master. No, 77. Oh, no, now it's up to 80. Wow. Not for me, though. I get it, though. I get it. So, yeah, and they're at the B. I'm at the C, but I'm at the bottom of the C. It's just not a game for me. I would rather play at the Shredders. I would rather play at the Metalhead Singer, I think. Yeah, I would. But not Research and Destroy. That's where we stop. Let's get into Grid Legends. Another EA racing game. Different people making it, though. All right, let's go. Is it better than Need for Speed? Yes, way better.
Grid Legends 1 hour review.
So these actors are portraying the people in the race. And you start on this race that you're watching. There's like a narrator telling you what's going on. And oddly enough, I can either continue the story they're showing me or do a different season. 5 difficulty modes, thank you. I'm just here to go vroom vroom. There's like a whole story here. And now we race, and I have one goal to beat one dude. The racing is fun, the graphics are good, and I'm having a great time with this. We're also driving a variety of different cars, which I like. I'm actually really digging the story. The gist of the story is that you join a crappy racing team and you have the chance to lift them up. In each race, you'll have a different objective. You can also kind of customize your car to race how you want to. The commitment to the story has me way more engrossed in this game than I was expecting to be as a non-racing game fan. I'm just now noticing, too, I really dig the music. After 1 hour, I'm pretty surprised to say I'm going to keep this, and I think I'm going to keep playing through the story. I think it's more of a bite-sized kind of thing for me, where I'll come in for one race at a time, see how the story goes and progress. But if you like racing games, check this out. And even if you don't, you might like it.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by this one. I thought it was going to be one of those ones where I did an hour and immediately deleted it just because it wasn't my style of game. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I have revisited it a couple times. Like I said, just bite-sized chunks, race or two here or there. The story, I think, is interesting. It's well acted, and I put it right here in the game that I'd like to play more, which has its own separate spot. I could see it going into the B. I don't see it going lower than a C. I still want to try out the online mode, even though I'm probably going to get my face stomped in. And the fact that I've come back to it a couple times makes me put it... Nah, I enjoy Floppy Nights more. I just haven't revisited it. But I'm going to put it right here with Return to Monkey Island. If you like racing games, I think you might take this one out. That's not an expression. But let's see what the internet says. 77? Where'd I go? I got C. Top of the C, almost an 80. Yeah, that's about where people are. 90, 80. Not bad game. Oh yeah, you put a 0. Not bad. 0. But there's no sense in playing it because of bug with saving a process. Seriously, sell a game that isn't possible to complete. It's so hard to fix it. 8 effing months. I haven't had that issue. Thank goodness. They sound very frustrated. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. 3 games less. What the heck is the name of this? Is this Loppin'? Is it Lappin'? Is it Loopin'? What's the stupid bunny game? Like, what the hell is this game? Lappin'. There it is. 1 new subscriber, 122 views. Shut up and jump already. Let's see what we got on this one.
1 hour review of Lappin'. Oh my gosh, this might be one of the cutest games I've ever seen in my life. Lot of reading in this one so far.
I really wish this had voice acting. I am really not invested in this story yet.
The platforming feels good though, and it's smooth. So the first level has us platforming through a park trying to avoid spikes. You hit on the spikes, you immediately die. And dying doesn't appear to be a big deal at all, which I do like. I'm just right back here. So I'm liking how they keep adding progressively more things to keep the platforming interesting. Yes, I died 50 times to get this thing. It better be good.
Oh, and I thought there would be a path this way. It's tragic that we now have to resort to trial and error.
Yeah, I agree, game.
Can I have the 5 minutes back that I just spent murdering this bunny?
There is some humor buried in the text, but I think it's going to be hit or miss with a lot of people.
Like this random-ass bird who assumes I'm unemployed and not looking for work.
So if you're a fan of progressively more difficult platforming style games, this one might be for you, but honestly, the story kind of killed it for me, and there's just so much exposition.
Yeah. It's always weird to me when the story sucks, but I'm laughing at the humor. I always feel like that's a real missed opportunity. I think we're the D tier here. Top of the D tier? Yeah, I'd rather play this than Trek to Yomi. I think it's a solid game. I think you talk me into a C. The story's absolute garbage, though. Ooh, we going bottom C? Yeah, I'll just put it here. I'll put it there. I think that's fair. Let's see what everybody else says. Lappin'! Lappin'. PC game. Lappin'. Nobody says anything. So I say D. It just, I don't know. You could talk me into a C minus there. You could talk me into a bottom of a C. Plague Tale Requiem, which means, yeah, Dust Falls is my game of the year. But let's talk about Plague Tale Requiem before we talk about what I think is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in my life. Absolutely adorable. I don't even want to talk about Plague Trail. Alright, but we're gonna do it. So this one's got 1 subscriber since we posted. Awesome. This is a Plague Tale Requiem has a Nintendo 64 Artificial Intelligence Part 2, which implies that, yes, there was a Plague Tale Requiem has Artificial Intelligence Part 1, which got 7,000 views and 5 new subscribers. So let's, of course, look at the actual 1 hour review. 3 subscribers. Awesome. Let's get into it.
1 hour review of a Plague
A lot of
Tale
people's
Requiem.
game of the year.
It has you select crucial settings at the beginning, and I love this. And this music is fantastic.
The tutorial's good, but it drags.
And I know it's because they want to set up story elements, but I don't need to spend a minute shooting pine cones with a slingshot.
Voice acting feels mid.
Sound design is top notch.
And I will fight people on that, because I hear Game of the Year candidate, the voice acting's fantastic, and I was like, no thank you. I can point to some other games that I feel like did a much better job. As Dust Falls, Beacon Pines, I mean, there's yeah.
Start to
Well, once again, that's totally open to interpretation.
straight from the jump, we're trying to escape this creepy burnt down castle, and this is tense. All about that stealth. Not gonna lie, this is freaking me out. I can't get over how good the sound in this game is. Some really good jump scares. Lots of murdering.
The story drags, but I'm invested.
Lots of invisible walls like these people over here, but I really love the environments and they feel open worldy. Okay, it's starting to drag a bit more now. Really wishing there was an arrow telling me where to go or a mini-map. I'm kinda lost.
Like, I'm supposed to walk to their house. How the hell do I know which house is theirs?
Apparently not this house. And obviously not this house. And definitely not any of those houses because there's this table in the way.
Yep, not this one.
And not this house because there's an actual invisible wall. So after an hour, the story drags, but I'm excited to see where it's going to go, and the highs were high enough that I'm going to do a 10-hour review.
I thought I was going to do a 10-hour review, but I just got so frustrated with like the dumb artificial intelligence and the boring
So
story.
the AI in A Plague Tale is not the best. Oh no, I hope they don't find us. Wow, that was a close call there, huh, Billy?
A Plague Tale Requiem's AI is dumb part 2. Surely if I crouch, none of these highly bloodthirsty rats will find me.
But if I stand up and walk, wait, no, actually, nope, they just don't care. Okay, cool, guys, bye. All right, don't mind me, guys, just running through. All right, let's do this. Oh, those rats do kill me. Okay,
Yeah.
my mistake. Hey, what about you guys?
And there's
Are you
just
bloodthirsty?
there's a lot of those little things combined with the fact that I still just did not care at all about the story. I see it gave me a good range of emotions. The music was fantastic. I'm in the C range, bottom of the C. I can appreciate what they did. Maybe not bottom of the C. I'm going to put it above Paw Patrol. Metal Hellsinger. Which one of these would I rather get back to? I'd rather go back to... It's climbing. It's climbing. It's climbing. I'd rather go back to Infernax. No, because Infernax was just frustrated because... Yeah, I put it right here below Ivili. You know what? That one goes there, too. And that one could go there, too. Let's be frank. All right, yeah, but it's just not for me. I know I'm in the minority here, but I didn't... The highs were not high enough to keep me going. A Plague Tale Requiem, yeah, 82, 85. Just didn't do it for me. And that's going to happen. But as you saw there, I mean, I got reasons why. It's just... And the story just... and the main character, I just didn't care about her at all. Unlike As Dusk Falls, which goes immediately... I'm not even going to bury the lead here to the top. This is my game of the year. I have not shot my full review of this one yet, but I did do a 1 hour review. I'll get a feel for it, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more about it. But man, I can't wait to play this one some more. Let's go.
As Dusk Falls 1 hour review.
I can play it from a free mobile app?
Really?
I need to
This
test
is
that
a
out,
really
too.
unique art style.
So it's a mixture of QuickTime events and story so far.
Bro, there's better than Ezra.
So the game starts in a flashbacks and you're on a long road trip. Okay, my heart rate's at like 140. This just got intense.
Heart rate's at 140, and it does not... Well, it does sometimes, but man, it keeps it coming.
And now we're switching protagonists.
And now I'm trying to break into somebody's house.
And now we've got point and click action.
We got some Tarantino-esque story going on. I'm into it.
The characters, the story, and the dialogue just feel so real. They crushed it. I could see this stressing people out. It's so intense. Some of these decisions you have to make are like gut-wrenching. Like, I don't know what to do. And it's all timed, which just bumps up the tension. So after a level, it'll tell you what your choices revealed about you. And it even shows you all the different timelines that you...
Shows you the different timelines you could have gained on it, and it shows you what percentage of people did the thing you did. And it just... I'll get to it.
could have potentially gone on. This is nuts. After 1 hour, I'm talking game of the year material here. I can't wait to keep playing this. Must try if you don't mind the theme.
Yeah, it's very dark, and the basic theme is there was a robbery, it went wrong, there's the sheriff, you get to know all these characters, you go through different things. I think there's 6 chapters I went through, and it goes longer than you expect it to. It's like, you think it's this isolated thing, and then it's like, oh no, we're to the next chapter, and now we're focusing on this protagonist and this protagonist. And as you go through these different protagonists and see different portions of the story, you just learn so much about these characters. You see why they're doing what they're doing, and you get to decide. You get a real choose-your-own-adventure feel, and that's why I think it's my game of the year. As much as I love Pentiment, as much as I love Beacon Pines, I just didn't feel the choose-your-own-adventure as much as I would like. And that's not to dog. These are still A-tiers. These are still games that I'm going to talk about for years and years to come and love and recommend. And I finished Dusk Falls. I got to an ending, and I want to go explore more. It also looks like it's going to be very easy to explore. It has tons of features, and it has, hands down, the best voice acting of any game I think of this year. Just there's so much. There is so much voice acting, and it's almost all top notch. There's like one kid that I didn't think like they did the greatest, but everything else, beautiful. The decisions, gut wrenching. The topics are just so serious. Like suicide, murder, cheating, just real world issues, and the way they handle them is so well done. And making some of these choices, you're just like, oh, golly, I can't believe I gotta make this choice, and they're timed, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. An example, there's a point in this game where I thought I was going to have to make the choice on whether or not I was essentially going to be a pimp and pimp someone out. And I'm not trying to say, I'm not glorifying that, but the game had preconditioned me to believe, oh, we're going to go there? Are we really going to go there? And I was like, yeah, I bet we're probably going to go there. Now, we didn't go there. But it's like, I didn't know what to expect at every turn. I loved the story. I loved every single inch of the story, except for one with the kid, which was a little hit or miss, but it did a great job of establishing other characters and exploring this world, a fantastically unique art style, amazing voice acting, a story that is just absolutely, it gets your heart beating. As Dusk Falls is my 2022 game of the year. I've completed it once, and I'm going to go explore every single path, because every single path that I've been on so far I have enjoyed. If you don't mind the darker theme, give this one a whirl. And the thing that I love the best about this is the dialogue feels real. I have known characters like this. There's this group of people, a family called the Holtz in this, who are poor white trash. I mean, I hate to say that. I grew up poor white trash. I grew up in a really cheap trailer, out in the boonies type of thing, and they nailed it. They absolutely nailed everything. And the more you get to know about this family, the more you get to understand and see their perspective, and just, it's a masterpiece. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a masterpiece. My game of the year, 2022, As Dusk Falls. But there you go. They're the top 69 games that I reviewed for the year of 2022. And I don't know how I'm going to do this list next year, because I just started doing game reviews in this format about 3, 4, 5 months ago. I couldn't imagine doing 365. I'm going to have to do tag team it with somebody there. But there you go. Let me know what you think. What are your top games of the year? What are some games that just slipped through the cracks that I didn't check out at all? Don't say Elden Ring. As you saw, I suck at hard games, so just not my cup of tea. But let me know, especially if anything that you're going to recommend me gives me, any of this good stuff going on here. Well, there you go. There's my top 69 games of 2022. If you enjoyed the list, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.